Sports update with Trust a Trader. Find top-notch tradespeople in your area, all who pass the Trust a Trader 15-point assessment.
Talk Sport.
Good afternoon with your sports headlines. I'm Will Hobbs. It's 4 o'clock and with 4 new starters in the ranks, can the slot machine start its defence of the title with a bang against the Cherries? Liverpool versus Bournemouth is live and exclusive on talkSPORT from 7 p.m. and Alex Crook reckons the Reds' top scorer this season won't be their Egyptian king.
Salah will do well, I think, to hit the numbers that he hit last season. He's a year older.
Absolutely.
Obviously, he didn't finish last season brilliantly. You've got AFCON as well, midway through the season, so you're going to lose him for a period of time. I think Ekitike might outscore Salah this season.
From the champions to the bridesmaids, Tony Adams says his old club have to take the armband off Ødegaard and give it to Rice. But Arteta's clear, the players have voted for the Norwegian.
The most clear sign that you can have is how they feel about who has to be their captains to defend, improve, and win the matches that we want to win. So I think there's no question about that.
Now, it's been one of the hot topics of the summer, Palace's plight with UEFA. Nuno Espirito Santo says while he feels sympathy for Eagles fans, Forest are not to blame.
Please don't change the narrative. We are not to blame of the situation of Palace, and maybe when we go to Europe, people that are going to be in the stands are going to think that we stole something for someone. No, we achieve Europe.
And 21-year-old Jacob Bethel is set to become England's youngest ever captain in their T20 series against Ireland. Young fast bowler Sonny Baker is also in that squad for his first international call-up. Harry Brook will captain the ODI and T20 series against South Africa. Will Bethel feature in the Ashes? Hear comprehensive analysis on our Following On podcast now on all the usual platforms.
Talk Sport News.
Donald Trump's pledged not to do business with Russia until the war in Ukraine is settled, and councillors have told the High Court that housing asylum seekers in an Essex hotel is causing them problems. Emma has more at past.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit, your go-to destination for quality tyres from great brands like Continental. Visit your local centre or quickfit.com and book today.
Some light rain and the odd shower in Scotland. Cloudy in northern parts of England, but bright and sunny across most of England and Wales heading into this evening, and it's staying very warm.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Drive on talkSPORT with me, Andy Goldstein. I'm ready for the show, alongside someone that's clearly not ready for the show. Unprofessional Darren Bent.
It's Darren here, by the way, Darren Bent. Hi.
You can talk or not?
Yeah, I'm just, how are you, right?
All right.
No, but usually you're giving it all, how you doing, Bent? You right? No, you just
Oh, 'cause you're not ready. I don't know if you're ready. I don't know if you can hear me. You haven't got your headphones
I can
in.
hear you, mate.
You all right?
You right?
Good to see you.
How are you feeling?
How's your knee? Oh, I've got a plaster on it today.
Oh, yeah. How's your bamboo water over there?
By the way, have you had bamboo water?
Well, most of it's on the desk because you spilt it.
All right, grass. Snitch. It wouldn't be, Benny, because I'm not allowed to bring fluids into the studio. But Jingo, we've got a show for you this afternoon. We'll be asking whether anybody can stop slot this season as Liverpool take on Bournemouth in the Premier League opener. And it's a game you can hear live on talkSPORT tonight. Can't wait for that. Newcastle will prepare to head to Aston Villa tomorrow. We'll be asking whether either side have been given a fair shot at success. And we'll be joined by the cookie monster, Alex Crook, for Ready, Steady, Cook. And today we launch our brand new Friday show, Friday Night Live. Stay tuned until 6 for that one. All that plus we'll head to Saudi Arabia ahead of our live and exclusive commentary of Moses Atoma against Dillian White. That's tomorrow. This is Drive. You can get involved. 03717. I'm there. 03717 223344.
Hey! Stop eating them crisps.
Hey! I'm just looking at the monitor. I'm looking particularly hirsute today. I'm looking quite hairy. I haven't had the shave that I usually have to shave my hairs a little bit. I still look wonderful. I still look great. And my tan's still there from the holiday. I still look good. Are you all right, DB?
Your tan's still there from Wendy's on the corner, you mean? That on your high street.
What are we talking about?
Sunbeds, mate. Sunbeds.
What?
Sunbeds.
Sunbeds. People still go sunbed shopping?
Cool. Shopping? They go to the sunbed. They don't go to shop for sunbeds.
They might go. I used to go to a sunbed shopping place called Barking. The woman that owned it was amazing.
Barking? Oh my God, my aunt used to live there.
Did she? In Barking or Barkingside?
Barking.
Oh, a different place. It's close.
Yeah.
There was a snooker club in Barking I used to go to as well.
Was there?
Yeah, there's no story there.
I know. How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, great.
Well, listen, I don't know. Some people just leaving.
There's so much. I mean, we've got a brand new studio. The amount of rubbish
no plug.
That
No
trophy.
No plugs in the desk. But we found this.
Right.
I don't know who needs
There's
it.
a trophy. I was watching the breakfast show this morning with Brazil and Parlour.
Yeah.
And Ray Parlour was mucking about with that. So that's obviously been in there on the floor since breakfast.
But why is it here?
I don't know, mate. People come in here, they leave stuff. There's chairs over there. It's terrible. Brand new studio. It's terrible.
It's not terrible.
Well, it's terrible. Have a bit of respect, is what I'm saying. People coming here with new drinks and spill them all over the place.
No, why have you done that?
Huh? Because you shook it up.
Listen to me. How could I have shaken it up? I've not touched any of those
It
cans.
was on the desk earlier. I know what you're like. I go over there. All like management go, Goldstein, come over here, talk about yesterday's show. You were brilliant. And I go, okay. So I'll go over there to please them, to chat and listen to them. And I come back, and all of a sudden, the drink's moved. It's been shaken.
Oh, my God.
I know what you get up to.
Oh, they called you. You have to walk over there.
Well.
Liam just texted me yesterday. FaceTime me yesterday.
Oh, he come around my house.
No, he didn't. He's on holiday. From where? He messaged me saying you've done a great job.
No, he didn't.
I promise you.
Swear on your life.
I'm guessing.
I'll tell you what. You show me the text.
No, listen,
I'll give you £100,000.
Listen, I'm guessing you didn't get that text.
Bentley, he blocked you months
No.
ago.
Did you get the text, no?
I got 2.
Oh,
I know.
worrying.
My text is coming from above.
Okay, who did it?
I'm not going to name them. I'm not going to name them. I don't want to put any...
No text, Goldstein.
Let's just say I had my pre-show meeting on a yacht.
Yeah.
We've got a busy show. We really do, because we are gearing up to the Premier League. It's back. How excited are you about that? I mean, I know football's back, and fans of low league football go to what are you talking about? I know that, but all of it is back. What are you moaning at now?
Look, there's 6 mouse in unwork.
6? Would it be mice or mouse?
Mice.
Would it?
I don't know. But no, yeah, I'm excited. I mean, you're right. Football last weekend was incredible, by the way. Championship football, EFL football. But, you know what I mean? It just feels like, now here we go. Like, here we go. Bournemouth, Liverpool this evening. A lot of eyes are going to be on Liverpool. I'm excited about the game. Bournemouth, I'm really intrigued to see how they're going to cope.
Well, should we start with that?
Do you know why? Okay, yeah. Would you do your little bit?
Because I've got to talk, and then loud for no reason, get louder at the end of the sentence and go up. So Jack can press the button to start the package.
I'm going to let you do that.
Okay, you ready? It's finally here. That's quite high. Pre-season is over, and the Premier League is back. Now this is where I get excited and go high. And it's all kicking off tonight, right here on talkSPORT.
Liverpool Football Club, for the 20th time, joining Manchester United at the top of the tree, are English champions.
It's back to Salah. He puts it into an empty net, and Liverpool lead.
You know, it's the Premier League, and if you rest on your laurels, that bites you in the following season.
If you wear this shirt, if you go out at Anfield, there's only one thing that is expected of you, and that's winning the game.
I would say that Liverpool at the moment is the most enticing and exciting sporting project in world football.
If you're talking about Hugo Ekitike, Florian Wirtz, Kirkez, I mean, we are looking at a super team.
Ouattara has fed Kluivert inside the penalty area, and Kluivert has nabbed it under the goalkeeper and in.
Finish 9th, 56 points. I think it's the least this group of players deserve after the season they've played. Overall, big season for us.
With Andoni as a manager, you know, it's only going to go from strength to strength.
My only worry about them going forward now, people just come and gut-wrench your team.
Bournemouth have beaten Manchester City.
Where on earth do Bournemouth go from here?
Top to bottom, one of the most unpredictable leagues around. talkSPORT is the place to be for the return of the Premier League.
Oh, yes, it is. We can hardly wait. The Premier League is back tonight. As always, talkSPORT is your place to be. The champions Liverpool take on Bournemouth. That's 8 p.m. tonight. And then this season, we bring you more live football than anywhere, block caps, anywhere else on the radio. Now, DB, just before that, I asked you how excited you were, and you said very excited. Then you were going to go off on a ramble about Liverpool. Should we start with Liverpool before we talk about Bournemouth?
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Because they've let, 9 players go this time. I brought in 6. Mm-hmm. Is there a danger that you can do too much business for a club?
No, because I think where Liverpool have done their business, I do think they've done it in the right areas. I don't think they've just almost stockpiled players for the sake of it. I genuinely think they've looked at what they've let go, and then they've gone, do you know what? This is what we need. This is what we need to do, and we're going to address it. So, and obviously, of course, they're still in the hunt as well, potentially for another centre half, because they need that. Although it looks like they've got one over the line, and it looks like they're still looking at Gahey as well. But I think they've done some really good business. You're right. Obviously, Luis Diaz going to Bayern Munich, Darwin Núñez, God rest his soul, Diogo Jota, Kwanzaa going to Leverkusen, Trent.
By the way, you've named 3 players out of their front 5 that aren't there anymore.
Yeah, obviously Trent.
I think that's the way, right? Ekitike, we just don't know. Don't matter how good a player you are, if you come over to the Premier League for the first time, we just don't know.
Exactly, but I think, do you know what, though? He's going into a club, I think, where he'll get given time. I generally look at the Liverpool fans and think they will give him time, even if it takes him a while.
Yeah, no, they will. They will.
And I think he's a good player. I really think he's a good player. So bringing him in, Ekitike, good signing. Florian Wirtz, Kirkes, Frimpong. I still think there's more to come. I know Mamardashvili was on loan last year. He's now come back. I still look at Liverpool and think if they could get one or two more, which I still think they need to, I still think they're in good shape.
This is what I was saying last season, right? Because Arne Slot came in and won the Premier League and no one expected it. But, as I said last season, unbelievable. I can't take even 1% away from that.
He's running, though.
No. But there is a but.
Did he win it with Slot's team?
That's what I'm going to say, right? It's not his team. Now, all of a sudden, he's bringing in his own players and it becomes his team. He might be even better. He might be. But we will find out what kind of manager he is because both his fullbacks have gone. Or Robertson's not gone, but he's not first choice anymore.
Yeah.
Your front five is depleted now. Yeah, I just think all of that changes. And it's not, you would know more than I do, but it's not just a case of players going out and players coming in. But it's just the whole setup, the whole feel, the whole mood amongst the camp. You know what it's like when new people come into the office here at talkSPORT. You don't really know them. You've got to get on with them. You've got to find out what kind of person you're working with. I just think, I think it's a big ask. Unless they get Isak, I think it's a big ask to say that Liverpool are favourites this season.
I know, I'd still put them as favourites because they won it last year. Again, I know they've lost some pieces, but I do think they've recruited really well. I mean, if they get Isak, you're talking about a different conversation.
Because, yeah, I totally agree with that.
Because he's the most complete centre forward. He's absolutely sensational. His numbers speak for themselves. He's a fantastic player as well. But I look at this Liverpool side, and as you said there, right, he hasn't had to change too much. He has had to add one or two additions. I mean, it helps bringing in someone like Florian Wirtz, only 22, over £100 million.
But again, we don't. No, great player.
But no, I think there are some players, and I know history tells us that's not always the case. But I think there are just certain players that come to the Premier League, and you go, he'll be all right.
Shevchenko is one of them. Yeah. I know I'm going back. And there's a lot more players in between now and Shevchenko, but that's the first one. I'm sure there's tens of players that you go, he was an absolute worldie at that club. Comes over here. Look at Torres, right?
Unbelievable.
At Liverpool, unbelievable.
Yeah, but he still came to the Premier League and did it.
I know, but then went to another club, still in the Premier League, didn't work.
No, it was all right.
Oh, it wasn't. He wasn't the Torres he was at Liverpool at Chelsea.
I get that, but still, he was responsible for some big moments for that.
Yes, but what
Chelsea.
I'm saying is, new club, new surroundings. I don't think you can really look too much about what they've done.
Yeah, but that's going Premier League to Premier League.
But that's my point.
No, but when he came over here because you said it's a risk.
Smashed it.
He absolutely smashed it with Liverpool. Suarez came here. Oh my goodness, freak.
Yeah, but then Coutinho, unbelievable here, went abroad, was awful.
Yeah, but he was good here.
I know, but then went to a new league and couldn't do it. That's what I'm saying. Just because you're good in one league, that's what I'm saying. Just because you're good in one league doesn't mean.
Yeah, but I think he will be. I think he will be very, very good, Florian Wirtz, and I just think Liverpool are in a really good place right now. Do you know what I mean? But on the flip side for Bournemouth now, I am really concerned. And the more it goes on, the more I'm a little bit... because I know they brought in Diakite, I think it's Diakite, you say his name, from Lille. They brought in a Petrovic, goalkeeper from Chelsea, and a couple of others. But when you look at what they've lost, now, you're talking about, obviously, Zabani's just gone to PSG. Huijsen's gone Real Madrid. Kirkes, Liverpool. It looks like Otara is going to... Where did I say he was going to? Brentford. Yeah. So it's like they're losing all these pieces. And I'm looking at Bournemouth thinking, well, hold on a second here. Like... You had a good season last season, but surely you want to strengthen. You don't want to keep losing pieces.
Are Bournemouth in that conversation we had yesterday about teams that could go down?
No, but I think all of a sudden that they're sliding. I don't think they're there yet, but they are sliding down the pecking order. Because I really like Otara. I think he's a good player, but you're letting him go. Whew.
First game of the Premier League is back tonight. It's live on talkSPORT. What will the score be, Benty? Who's going to win that game? We'll take calls right after the break.
I'm going to go 3-0 Liverpool.
3-0. And are Liverpool your favourites for the Prem?
They are.
They are. Mm-hmm. Okay. For me, they're not.
Who's your favourites? Arsenal.
Okay, I'll be brutally honest with you. Honest.
If you say Man United...
No, I'm not. Man United not in the conversation. I'll be brutally honest with you, right? I think it's between Arsenal, Chelsea and City.
So you think Liverpool are going to come fourth?
I don't think that... Yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah. And unless Isak comes, and then it's...
Oh, no, if Isak comes in, it's a completely different conversation.
But yeah, I think Chelsea got a great chance this season.
I think he's definitely one of those players where I think a lot will change, because you're right. He's a striker who has been there, scored goals before.
Yeah.
And if you get him, look at how good he is. You have to change the kind of dynamics of how the league's going to go.
And I do think you're a mobber in it more than probably ever before. It pains me to say it, but I really do.
Thank you.
Just because you've been knocking on the door without a number 9, and now you've got one. I don't I don't know what Gyökeres is going to be like in the Premier League.
Well, it's a risk this year, isn't it?
It's a risk. Very excited. I can't wait.
We've got betting with Gyökeres Cisco.
Yeah, we have. What, have we?
Yeah.
We've had so many bets. Was that for £500?
Yeah. Come on, Gyökeres.
2-0 up after Sunday. We'll take your calls next. 03717 223344. Liverpool fans, honestly, hand on heart, are you slightly nervous that your Championship, your Premier League winning team under Klopp, built under Klopp, has been a little bit depleted and is moving on? It could be in the right direction, but Liverpool fans, is it a risk? And Bournemouth fans, Benny thinks you are sliding down into the conversations of teams that could be relegated this season. Lots to talk about. One number to dial. Pick up the phone. Would love to hear from you. And it will be after this. 03717 223344. Dial that. You'll be next live on Drive on talkSPORT.
This is the talkSPORT Goal Show. It's the show for the fans that's done by the fans.
Yes! Oh! Oh my God! Yes! Yes! Yes!
He is an unlocker of defensive depth.
If you've got a problem or something to say,
You don't have the right to say anything about something. I do.
this nonsense kills the game.
It's a driver talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent is here, everyone. Still to come, we'll be heading to Riyadh to speak to Spencer Oliver. Had a massive fight this weekend live on talkSPORT. You bought that one. Is it? You got to buy it, have you? Is it a pay-per-view?
It's the Zone, right?
It's Zone. You
Yeah,
still got to buy it,
yeah, I'm guessing so. Yeah.
Here's a question for you. If you've got the Zone, it's still pay-per-view, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Have you not got that internal VIP pass?
I didn't take them up on that offer. I should have done that.
You ain't got that, have you?
No, I was offered it, and I went, I've got the Zone, but I didn't think I'd get the pay-per-view stuff.
You can get in it now.
What? Yeah, I'll just...
I've had mine years.
You ain't been here years. Oh, show me that.
No,
Show me that stick. Is that from a geezer in the pub?
No, it's not right. Online.
Right.
No, it does work.
Yeah, I've got DAZN.
I've now got the zone screen.
Yeah.
I need you to read what that says there, please, in yellow.
Hold on. I can't see.
What does that say in yellow, please?
If found by police,
No,
this stick will be
tell
confiscated.
the truth.
Darren Bent?
No.
Internal VIP.
Thank you.
How'd you get that?
Appreciate it.
Why, that's you, that is.
What?
You probably got it for free and didn't tell me. That's what you started on. You're nasty. you are.
Internal VIP.
That sounds wrong. I think I should have that DVD. Right, just quickly, Bournemouth are set to sign Liverpool winger Ben Doak in a deal worth £25 million. We'll go back to the phone lines in a moment. 03717 223344. First, though, it's time for this.
It's time to introduce the most wise, wonderful, insightful character in the land of betting. The man, creature himself, Paddy's Wise Wolf, on talkSPORT with Paddy Power.
Yes, it's time to welcome back Paddy's Wise Wolf. Is it an it's? Going to talk us through the best bet builder that we should be looking for this weekend. So, Paddy's Wise Wolf, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Maybe a little bit less now that I've been called an it. I think that's one way to start the day. But
What are you?
Oh, I think a he.
I didn't know that, though, did I? You could be a she-wolf.
That's true.
See? Wasn't that a TV programme, She-Wolf? Was I made that up? Right, can you remind us how the bet builder works?
Yeah, so your bet builder, if you think of it like an accumulator within the same game, you're taking selections on one match that's going on, or if you want, you can go between multiple matches, add them all up like you would with an accumulator. You can have all sorts of markets, corners, players to score, shots, both to score, whatever you fancy, all within the same game. And with Paddy Power's Super Sub, if your player is subbed off early, anything that their substitute does will still count your bet builder as well.
Okay, and also it's a charity bet. Remind us of the charity that may benefit.
Yeah, of course. So we are going to be giving any winnings of these to the Attitude Foundation. Wonderful work for the LGBTQ community.
Great. Right, the game we're looking at tomorrow afternoon in the Premier League is Aston Villa against Newcastle. Why are you laughing at me? Because he went up at the end of a sentence suggesting there was more words coming out of his mouth, didn't he? We're looking at Aston Villa against Newcastle at Villa Park. It's a 5-leg bet builder. Should I just go through our picks?
Yes, of course.
I've gone for both teams to score.
And I have fully agreed with both teams to score on that one as well. It's coming in at 1-2. Really, between these two teams, you've not really got sides that have actually strengthened all that much between the transfer window. I'm not really sold on anything that Newcastle's done. I think that's sort of the general sentiment going on at the minute as well. They have signed a new centre-back, but I don't think he'll be ready to start for the first match of the season. So,
okay. Well, I'll tell you, let me go through the other two. Then you can tell us what you think of all our selections collectively. Bentley's gone for over 3.5 goals, and our producer Joe's gone for Newcastle to win the game. What do you make of those three?
Over 3.5, I'm a little bit suspect on it. I think over 2.5, that's more so the way to go. If you look at their matches in 2025 so far, Villa's only had over 3.5 4 times out of 19 games. Over 2.5, though, has been 10 out of 19. And then within that, I think Newcastle to win, that's a bit dodgy, isn't it? I think with the way the transfer window's gone, with the way that they lost 4-1 to them only in April earlier this year, they've not done anything to strengthen. I'm not feeling it. I don't know about you guys.
Okay. Well, we've got two left, which is the people's pick and your pick. So what have you gone for and what have they gone for?
Yeah, so the people's pick is Watkins to score or assist anytime in the game at 5-6. It's really one of those players I think doesn't get enough respect for how much he does actually score or assist. He's only been second to Mo Salah for the last 2 seasons, ahead of Palmer, ahead of Haaland, ahead of Isak. Watkins has been just about the best out-and-out centre forward the league has in the last 2 seasons. So Watkins to score or assist anytime. And then on my side, I've got Joe Linton 2 fouls.
Okay.
Averages 2 per game.
Brilliant. Before I let you go, can you just confirm the bet insurance, the odds and the value of the charity bet one more time, please, Wolf?
Yeah, of course. So it is the charity bet for Alliance. We are looking at 11-3 or 3.66 to 1 or 4.66 decimal, however you prefer to look at it. And it is both teams to score. It is Joe Linton 2 fouls, Watkins goal or assist anytime, and then over 2.5 goals.
Wolf, always a pleasure. Have a great weekend. Thanks for coming on. We'll speak to you next week.
Thank you. See you around.
Thanks, Paddy. Go to Paddy Powell's Wise Wolf Bet Builder for today. Minimum odds 1 to 5, leg 80 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Paddy's Wise Wolf on talkSPORT with Paddy Power.
He obviously had a little pop on my bet, didn't he, about the 3.5?
I think so.
Here we go, right? You ready for this? Since 2022.
Yeah,
you ready? Since 2022, 4-0, 3-0, 5-1, 3-1, 3-0, 4-1.
I mean,
see that?
Don't dull that number, by the way.
Do you know what I mean?
You know what you're talking about.
That's why I said 3.5.
Ricky, he's our caller. He's a Liverpool fan. Hello, Ricky.
Hello, guys. How are you? Andy and Darren. You okay?
Why are you giggling?
That's good. No, yeah. I was laughing at you, Andy, because everything that you said, I actually agreed with as a Liverpool fan.
Well, you think you're going to finish fourth?
No, I don't think we'll finish fourth. I think it'll be around about second to third. And the reason for that is I was more confident when Luis Diaz stayed. I think losing him is going to have a big impact up front because he was a grafter. He scored goals. He tried. I think the problem is with obviously the sad loss of Jota and not so much Núñez. I think the two that you're going to miss is going to be Jota and Diaz because they were like match winners for us. And
I just felt that one of your massive strengths last season, where you had such an array of talent to choose from for your front three.
Yeah, and I tell you now, if we don't get Isak, we're in a problem. And I also think we need a winger. We need someone to replace Diaz because Gapo is one of these guys. He comes and goes, and you don't know. And remember, we're going to lose Salah as well, to African nations. Yeah. So we're going to be in a limbo. We're going to be in a problem. And obviously we need the two centre-backs for a start because I tell you now, if we don't get two centre-backs, we're going to have problems. We need Gay, right? And this is another thing, you might make me laugh, I still think we need a DM.
Yeah, I mean, I like Gravenberch. I think he was outstanding last season. You've got Endo, but when he puts it down like that and you look at the strength and depth that they've got, of course they are weaker. But then if it's 1 to 11, as it starts,
it's unknown, right? It's unknown. We don't know how the fullbacks are going to produce.
No, but I mean, I like Gakpo. I think his best position is off the left. I don't think he's
okay. That's a fair
effective.
argument. You've said that before.
I don't like him down the middle. I like him from the left, so that's an issue there. But I mean, if they get Isak, then I think they've got to go all out and try and get him.
I don't think that deal's going to happen this window.
And they've got Ekatike, so you almost forget about him.
Yeah, but we don't know about him. He might be brilliant, but he might be awful.
Nah,
we don't know.
No, but I'm leaning on to the side that he's going to be very good.
You'd bet a lot of money that Isak, if he was at Newcastle and things were okay, he'd do well.
Yeah.
You'd bet that money on Haaland.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't put any of that on Ekatike.
I'd bet probably about 70%. I think
you would. Why?
Because I think he's that talented.
Okay. All right.
That's fine.
A statement. Okay. Still to come, we'll be heading over to Saudi ahead of a huge fight on talkSPORT this weekend. First, it's time for No Googling, part 1. Mohamed Salah holds the record for the most goals in the opening day of the Premier League with 8 in 8 seasons. Did you know that? Wow. That's an unbelievable record. What was your best on opening day football? Do you know?
Don't know.
You don't know.
Check.
Okay, have a check. I'll wait. We want to know who was Salah's first opening day goal against. I'll give you a clue. It was 2017, and the game was 3-3.
Right.
The answer to that and loads more coming up live and drive on talkSPORT in seconds. Stay where you are.
Let's be honest, we've all found ourselves raging at a referee's decision at some stage. Something like this?
That is an absolutely shocking decision.
They've got a case in that it was a bad decision.
It's such a poor decision.
Yeah, I think he's just made a bad decision in that instance.
But what does it take to get to the very top level of football refereeing? You can apply to become a referee through your local county FA from as soon as your 14th birthday. After spending several hours either in the classroom or on the pitch, they'll grant you Level 7 status, which allows you to officiate amateur games. Then you'll work your way through the ranks of amateur football, not reaching the National League until Level 2. It's a long process, bearing in mind every level from 7 upwards takes an average of a year. Also, there's no specific number of games you have to ref or hours you have to log before moving on up. You simply just have to be good enough. Once you're Level 2 and have enough experience at a National League level, you can apply to the EFL to become a Level 1 referee. Then it's on you to get enough experience to climb through the ranks and eventually become a Premier League referee. In total, there are 37,000 registered referees across England, but the PGMOL has only deemed 21 good enough to officiate games in the top flight. So if you want to make it to the top, there's less than a 1 in 1,000 chance of doing it, and it'll take you a decade to get there.
What version is this, Jack? Angie Stone?
Jack's looking to find the answer to the question. Jack, what you got?
Oh, it's the OJ's version.
Jack gets married Sunday week.
Mate.
I'm going. One more Billy's going. Ryan Bryan's going.
Christening.
You got your christening, haven't
Yeah.
you? Oh, yeah. You're gonna send pictures of...
yeah.
What's their daughter called? Princess?
Princess.
And what's Richard's wife called?
Richard and Laney.
Laney. Okay, you remember that one.
Yeah.
But you're going to send pictures with you in them.
Yep.
And hold up a newspaper, like you've been kidnapped. Hold up a newspaper with the date. So we know it's that day.
No, but I'll tell you now. I'll give you a peace sign. There you go.
What? No, you might have one already. You might have that.
Okay.
I'll tell you how many fingers to hold up in the
yes, there you go.
Okay, in the church with the little baby that's just been christened.
Yeah.
You and the vicar, that's what I want. You and the vicar.
Okay.
All right?
Remember I live, right? Next to the church. Remember. But no, and I'll do that for you.
Oh, please do that anyway. Just go to a random Christian. Yeah, sorry. I just need to borrow your baby. Please do that. Before the way, ask a question about Mohamed Salah. Holds the record for the most goals in the opening day of the Premier League season. 8 in 8 seasons, obviously. Who was his first goal against? In 2017, they drew 3-3.
Arsenal?
Any idea? No, a team that's had like more managers than anyone else.
Chelsea.
No, probably more than Chelsea.
Watford.
Yeah, Watford, yeah. 2017, that was Mohamed Salah's debut. Still to come, we'll hear from Newcastle manager Eddie Howe. He's been speaking about Alexander Isak. That'd be interesting. But now, the talkSPORT network brings you more live football than anywhere else on the radio this season. It all kicks off with 3 exclusive Premier League football commentaries this weekend. Liverpool, we talked about Liverpool. They kick it all off tonight. That's at home to Bournemouth before Aston Villa take on Newcastle live on talkSPORT tomorrow lunchtime. And, God, we've got so much sport. It's mad. Tomorrow night, we've got live boxing as Dillian White takes on Moses Atoma in Saudi Arabia.
It's the biggest fight of my life and career.
Dillian, the body snatcher.
Everyone say no break. He is the biggest, hardest fight, the hardest puncher, the quickest puncher, the fastest guy.
Tauma is going looking for another showreel knockout. Moses Atoma can take him out right now.
The strongest guy, the most intelligent, the most patient is boxer.
He's a better mover than Mike Tyson, like a bit more fluid.
Oodles of natural talent.
I even phoned Dylan, I don't know why you're taking this fight.
2 national titles, 3 European gold medals, and a world title. As a professional, I'm looking to replicate that.
Everyone portray him as a superhuman. That's how I'm approaching the fight. I'm fighting Superman.
Tauma! Oh, that's it!
If he can beat Dillian White, then it's certainly the real deal.
Dillian White is victorious!
Lift off! But we'll cross over to Saudi in just a moment. But before we do that, let's hear from Dillian White. He joined the Fight Night Daily podcast yesterday, straight after their face-off.
Oh, relax, bro. It's less than 48 hours. We're going to put hands on each other. Just relax. They're coming. Don't worry.
Is that what you said when you faced off close together?
That's the thing, bro. Relax. Like, you're not a bad man. The bad man thing is not for you. I'm not trying to go down that lane. But if you want to, then cool. I'm trying to be cool and respectful. But he's like, yeah, I want to see if you're a wolf or a sheep. I say, bro, take it easy, bro. You don't want me to wild out. I'll all of his team up. I don't care. If you up, then everyone's at risk. Not only him. I'll beat them all up. I don't give a
This is the Dillian White I wanted to hear. This is the Dillian White.
I'm chill until people start me. That's all. But I'm still chill. That's the thing. Yo, calm down, bro. Take it easy, bro. Relax.
A potty mouth there from the baby snatcher. Joining us now live from Riyadh are the hosts of Fight Night, talkSPORT's answer to Little and Large. It's Gareth A. Davis and Spencer Oliver. Boys, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
You both look very dapper, as always. Listen, I'll start with you, Spencer. We're edging closer to this fascinating fight now. You've seen the boxers for the last few days. You've mingled with them. How relaxed do they both look? And out of the two, who looks the most relaxed?
Well, I think that we saw from Dillian White last night in that Fight Night Daily podcast with myself and Gareth, we actually saw from him the fight game come on, the fight face come on. It was what we wanted to see from Dillian White because he's been very reserved and very emotional all week, if I'm totally honest. But last night, we saw the Dillian White of old. So that was really good to see. That gave me confidence in Dillian and the way he looks. Obviously, Gareth is fantastic. He's stripped down in weight as well. But that was good to see, wasn't it?
It really was. And as you say, that is the Dillian White. The cloak is off. The cloak of clarity that what he's got to do in this fight is deliver an old man, the young fighter, and that's what he was trying to do up there on the stage. And we were the first people he spoke to all week, where you like to say potty mouth. The body snatcher was finally there. We needed to see that, and what that's done is created a debate over the last 24 hours. Is Moses too inexperienced if he takes a 10-ounce glove early on and gets a clatter from Dillian White, as David Hay was putting out in the last 24 hours. All these things, people are bringing them a little closer together now, even though Moses is still a 5-1 on favourite.
Spence, let me ask you again then, because do you feel like Dillian White's been a little bit disrespected, and do you think he feels that way because, of course, Moses Atoma, the young, the hungry, supposed to be the next superstar? It almost feels like everyone's dismissing Dillian White. Do you think he feels that as well?
Absolutely. I think when you look at this, Dillian White has been there, seen it, done it, and he's sort of like been WBC interim champion and only been beaten by the best, by the way. At 37 years of age, he seems completely written off and he feels disrespected. That's where the emotions come. You know, you got to remember, he's boxing what people talk about as the next hot shot, you know, in world heavyweight boxing, but the kid's 20 years of age and he's unproven, untested, you know, to an extent. So when you look at this, Gareth, you go, this is a huge step up in class, and we find out more about Moses Atama, but also, I think for Dillian Whyte, it is a little disrespect.
Yeah, there is. He definitely feels it, but he's used that energy. Buddy McGirt told us he was using that energy yesterday. It's very, very interesting with Buddy, interview with Buddy. Go and have a look at that on the Boxing YouTube channel. What Dillian Whyte's done very cleverly is kept his counsel all week. He's watched everything that everyone said. Derek Chisora has said today as well, by the way, that if Whyte comes through this fight against Moses, he wants to fight him. So people are starting to edge towards Dillian because he is giving off something. Now, he has been disrespected in some ways, but Moses is special. And this is his night to prove it. Yes, he's a neophyte. Yes, he's a tyro in the division. But this is, weirdly, it's Moses' fight to lose.
Spence, people always talk about experience and the gulf between the two fighters. You mentioned the years, they're 17, Dillian Whyte's 37, Atoma is 20. Whyte's had 34 fights, which is nearly 3 times the amount of Atoma with 12. Does experience play a part? Or, as we were talking about, I think with you guys yesterday, we were talking about when Mike Tyson meet Trevor Burbeck, sometimes it doesn't count for anything. Is it all about if you're good enough, it's irrelevant?
If you're good enough, you're old enough, for sure, you know, and I think some fighters mature, you know, earlier than other fighters, and Mike Tyson's a prime example, and that's the guy that the comparisons that are being made out here about a young Moses Atoma. You know, Tyson, when he was 20, knocking out Trevor Burbeck and becoming the youngest ever world heavyweight champion, but some fighters, they do mature earlier, and Moses Atoma is that guy, Gareth, because he's been mixing it with all the top guys since he was 15 and holding his own.
He's even disclosed this week, when he was 14, 6 years ago, he was texting Dillian saying, can I come and box with you and spar with you? Famously, he of course took his school blazer off when he was 15 and sparred Joe Joyce 5 years ago. But to put a bit of meat on the bones about that Mike Tyson conversation, Mike Tyson had 74 rounds and 28 fights when he fought Trevor Burbeck in 87 rather. Moses Atama, in those 12 fights, has only boxed 25 rounds so far. Dillian Whyte's boxed 192 rounds in those 34 fights. So you can see how inexperienced he is under the lights with 10-ounce gloves. But where he is very experienced is undefeated as an amateur. He's won everything in front of him, and he has looked crystal calm and cool so far. Can he do it with the body snatcher?
Gareth, can I ask, have you got all those numbers written down in front of you, or is that just from your memory?
They're on a huge screen on a big wall up here that I've been carrying around with me all week. No, I've just done a very detailed analysis of the background. And if you look at it, it took 3 more fights for Mike Tyson. Fight 31, he beat Tony Tucker to become undisputed champion. If Moses, in the next 3 to 4 fights, if he does beat Whyte, if he beats Parker, wins a world title by next November, he's the 2nd youngest heavyweight champion in history. If he goes on to be undisputed within 3 or 4 fights, he's the quickest in rounds ever he will be to be the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. He is a prodigy, there's no bones about it. But unlike other prodigies in other sports, if he loses, the aura of invincibility will disappear.
Spence, I've always wondered this, right? So Moses Atoma, obviously his journey's already been planned, it's already been set. Would it make any difference in terms of how he wins the fight? So if he was to beat Dillian Whyte on points and it goes the distance and it's a hard-fought fight, will it always be the same opponent as if he knocked Dillian Whyte out in the first round?
Well, that's a great question, Darren, because I've spoke to Frank Warren about this, and we spoke in depth because he is WBO #1 at the moment, and with the way the landscape is moving, I think that Alexander Usyk has been given extension, you know, because he's got an injury at the moment, so he got the extension on that WBO title so that he hasn't had to relinquish it. But if he does relinquish it, with Joseph Parker being the WBC interim champion, that means automatically Moses, if he comes through, boxes for that WBO world title against Joseph Parker, will be elevated as champion. But Frank Warren has made it very, very clear it's all dependent on how he wins his fight, because this is the acid test for him. Dillian Whyte is the guy. He is the world-class campaigner, and if he wins it and wins it in style, in fashion, inside the distance, he gets that world title shot. And if he doesn't, and he goes to points and he feels that he needs more time, because we're talking about a prospect here that they need to give a little bit time if it goes the distance. And I think that's what Frank will do. He's going to take his time with this kid.
No, if he doesn't knock him out quick, if he doesn't beat Dillian Whyte up, they'll put the brakes on Moses. They are headed towards a world title as soon as possible, and certainly before next November. They are targeting that. What they'll do, they'll look for if Filip Hrgovic beats David Adelaide on the undercard, they might put him in with a Filip Hrgovic. They will not put him in and take great risks. There are risks in this fight, but the matchmaking is very clever. Big name, big step up, the right time, and that's exactly where they are right now. But they can easily pull the brakes on him, because if he does have problems with Dillian at all, they will look to elongate this growth period in his career.
Boys, I'm going to let you go. Before I do, I've got 2 questions for you. They are welded together, but you can only answer with one word each. So I'm going to ask you both the question. I just need 2 words from you. The question is, are you both going to shower on fight night, and who wins the fight?
Well, I'm definitely going to shower on fight night, that is for sure. And who wins the fight? I think Moses Itauma wins the fight, and I think he wins it in style inside the first 6 rounds.
Itauma, yes. Shower, definitely. Itauma, yes. Shower, definitely.
Okay. Save water, shower together. Boys, thanks for coming on. We'll speak to you in a bit.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks, lads. A reminder, you don't need a reminder, it's an unbelievable fight. I can't wait. This Saturday, DAZN brings you 5 huge fights in one night. Unbeaten rising star Moses Itauma takes on the proven and dangerous Dillian Whyte in a heavyweight showdown, plus action from Nick Ball, David Adelaide, Raymond Ford, Filip Hrgovic as well. Don't miss it. It's this Saturday. It's August the 16th. Watch it only on DAZN.
Boxing update on talkSPORT with DAZN, the global home of boxing. Buy now at dazn.com/boxing.
This is the talkSPORT Goal Show. It's the show for the fans that's done by the fans.
Yes! Oh my God! Yes! Yes! Yes!
He is an unlocker of defences. That.
If you've got a problem or something to say,
You don't have the right to say anything about something. I do.
This nonsense kills the game.
talkSPORT's Andy Goldstein Darren Bent is alongside me as always. Still to come, we're joined by Alex Crook, who's apparently still struggling to put off that tight Man United top.
Stuck on. He's got it under his suit.
Just quickly, former England captain Wayne Rooney said it would be difficult for Alexander Isak to stay at Newcastle. More on this at 5 p.m. Time now, though, to look ahead to the start of the Premier League in association with our friends at Paddy Power. Oh, I thought we were going to have a Paddy Power. Let's say hello to Paddy himself. Hello, Paddy, you there?
Hey, lads. I could sing a little jingle if you want.
Do you want to do that? Should we do that?
Yeah.
I'll do the intro again. Hold on.
Yeah.
Time now to say hello to Paddy Power to look ahead to the start of the Premier League season. Hi, Paddy.
Hey, lads. How are you getting on here? Right, good to chat to you.
Yeah, well, good. Good jingle as well. Thanks for coming on. Are you all right? You excited about the start of the Premier League season? Where are we at? What's going on? Who's favourites for the title?
Yeah, look, I mean, it's probably it looks more open this year than it seemed at the start of the last few seasons anyway. So it should be good. We got Liverpool, Arsenal, City, and Chelsea. They're kind of top of the pile according to the odds anyway. And then United are best the rest. So Liverpool are 7-4 favourites. Arsenal are 9-4. Then you got Man City at 7-2 and Chelsea at 15-2. That's 7.5 to 1. So it looks like the four of them are a step ahead. But you never know. United might. Maybe they won't flatter to see this year. Maybe they'll actually put their foot forward. And Newcastle as well could be in the mix. But I think it's probably between them. And it'll be interesting to see tonight, I think, with Liverpool, how they kind of handle the emotion of the whole post-Jota and all that kind of stuff and see how they kick off their season, I think.
Paddy, what about the Golden Boot? Because at quite a few teams, Arsenal, Gyökeres, Šeško, you've obviously got Ekitike at Liverpool. What about the Golden Boot? Who's going to win that?
Yeah, funny enough, all these players, it could be an exciting one, but actually it's the boring old Erling Haaland, 6-4 favourite, you know. So he was, you forget about Haaland, don't you? All he does is bang it 30 goals a season or something. But and then Alexander Isak we have in as second favourite with Gyökeres. They're both of them are 6-1, and then Mo Salah's 13-2. You got Cole Palmer, João Pedro, and Ekitike, like you said, and Ollie Watkins even is up there at 25-1. So it's an open enough race. If you take Haaland out of the equation, like if God forbid he picked up an injury or something, it's wide open then for top goal scorer, of course.
Paddy, would the odds change if Isak makes that move to Liverpool?
Yeah, I think absolutely it will, because obviously you'd expect him to have more, to score more goals at Liverpool than maybe not a huge amount more, but Liverpool are favourites for the title. So yeah, for sure, his odds would shorten.
Paddy, before we let you go, I hear you guys at Paddy Power have been causing a little bit of mischief.
Yeah,
what have you been up to? What are you doing?
Well, I don't know if mischief is the right word. It probably is a bit mischievous, actually. But we had the opportunity to work with Colleen Rooney. We hired her as a special investigator to look into the Man City allegations with financial fair play and all that kind of stuff, because we've been waiting for a verdict for so long. And what we've decided to do is just we couldn't come to a conclusion on it, so we decided to do is to refund bets over the last 8 years for anyone who backed a team that finished second to City in the league. So it's a good time at the start of the season. So you have to check your account. If you did back one of the teams that finished second to City over the last couple of years, you might have a little free bet sitting in your account. It's a good way to start off the season. So we just thought we'd do it just to have a bit of crack early doors,
Okay, well, we're not getting involved in anything like that. We'll leave that to you. Paddy, thanks for coming on. Have a great weekend. We'll speak to you in a bit.
Cheers, lads. Take care. Bye-bye.
Paddy.
There you go, Paddy Powell. Everyone's getting so excited about it. You mentioned, or he made a very good point. You're talking about all the players that are top goal scorer. You forgot about Haaland.
Yeah.
But I do think...
And Salah.
And Salah, yeah. I do think that this season, that number 9, that striker, will be the main reason as to who...
wins the title.
Yeah. I think if you're going to win, because you missed out on a number 9. I know you had Havertz and he did a job. He did perform above and beyond. I know it took the mickey, but also so he performed much better than we all thought, right? But still, you lack the number 9. And if he performs, or if Haaland performs, or if Gyökeres or
João Pedro or Delap at Chelsea.
Or Sesko, I mean...
Why do you just roll your eyes up?
Well, Delap, I don't think Delap's going to start for Chelsea, is he?
That's what I said, João Pedro first.
Oh, yeah, I think he'll be brilliant.
Yeah.
But again, if Chelsea, I said earlier on, I think Chelsea could sneak in. Pedro's so important for that push for Chelsea.
Yeah, because they'll get their goals from Palmer as well, won't they? I mean, they're going to be exciting, but you're right.
I picked him as man of the season.
Did you? Player of the season?
Yesterday on the show, yeah.
Player of the season. Yeah, but I can see why you've done that, but you're right. Haaland, you know what it is? Because he puts up these crazy numbers, you almost expect it. So even like last season, if you said, how was Haaland last season? Most people would go, yeah, he was all right.
Well, how about this, right? If you said to most Man City fans, would you take 20 goals for Haaland now, and he stays fully fit,
yeah,
right?
No.
Would you take 20? I bet all of them would say no.
No, because you definitely need a bit more.
But nuts though, isn't it?
But last season, you look at him and you go, was he good? And they'll go, yeah, 34 goals he got in all comps in 48 games.
Did he really?
34. And the season before that, he got 38.
How many league games in that last season?
How many league goals?
Excuse me, yeah.
22. I'll be happy with that. The season before that, 27.
And then the mad one.
And the mad one before that, 36.
That's nuts, isn't it?
He's nuts.
Yeah. I think a lot of his goals, not a lot of them, but Phil Foden's going to be integral to.
He's got a big season, by the way, because last season he was way below par.
We'll carry on our chat and our build up to the start of the Premier League. In fact, tomorrow live on talkSPORT, tomorrow lunchtime, we've got Aston Villa against Newcastle. We'll talk about that one when we come back.
What football ground are you thinking of when someone says this.
Really tough place to go. Difficult place to go. Such a tough place to go.
It's a tough place to go at the moment.
It was a really difficult place to go, always.
But what are the toughest places to go, really? We've scoured the planet to find out. Forget a cold, wet Tuesday night in Stoke. Try playing in a blizzard 220 miles inside the Arctic Circle at the world's northernmost professional club. When Chelsea lost at Tromsø in Norway in the 97-98 Cup Winners' Cup, a massive snowstorm hit at half-time. These two boys and their brooms were absolutely no match for it. We're staying in Scandinavia for Scotland's toughest away day on a windswept cliff in the Faroe Islands. In Euro 2000 qualifying, Craig Brown's men were taken to fishing village Toftir. Kevin Gallagher called the pitch a cowfield and the wind like Pittodrie on a bad day. The Faroe Islands part-timers equalised in stoppage time, leading to these absolute scenes, and still one of Scotland's most embarrassing results.
Daft little ground, silly game.
But away trips don't come any tougher than a lung-busting schlep up the Andes to face Bolivia in La Paz. But now the Bolivians have taken home advantage to another level. The country's highest city, El Alto, 4,100 metres above sea level. Grass doesn't even grow up here. Bolivia have not lost here yet. The longest unbeaten run in any professional league ever belongs to Red Star Belgrade, or Crvena Zvezda if you must. They've gone 7 years without defeat at the Rajko Mitic in Serbia's Superliga. Their fans are pretty intimidating as well, but they're not as loud as this mob. Galatasaray's Ali Sami Yen Stadium's officially the loudest in world football. In a derby with Fenerbahce, Galatasaray fans set a Guinness World Record of 131 decibels. That's louder than Motorhead, and pretty tough to carry out your manager's instructions when you can't even hear them. However, our most intimidating away day is in Wales, where cameras can't enter and players can't leave. HMP Prescoed. This prison team was briefly kicked out the Gwent League over concerns about young opposition having to go in there. Now that's a tough place to go.
Early June 1939, Germany, always a tough place to go to.
Welcome back to our number 2 drive time on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein. Oh, I keep forgetting. What's your name? Marcus. Oh no, sorry. Darren Bent's here.
The baby snatcher.
Hey, Jack.
Oh,
Jack, no, that,
Jack. Introduce him as that.
Jack, you better than that.
Oh, he's not better than that. Jack's getting married next week. He's still not written his wedding speech.
Has he not?
No. He just said, I'm not going to put any funnies in. Just going to read out words.
Well, you can't put any funnies in if you're not funny.
Very good point. Still to come, we joined Talking to Not Funny by Alex Crook for the first ready, steady Crook of the new Premier League season. But now, strikerless Newcastle travels to Aston Villa tomorrow lunchtime. It's a game you can hear live and exclusive on talkSPORT.
For Aston Villa, who will play Europa League football. And Newcastle United have been beaten on the day. Also ends with a place in the Champions League.
It's important, but I don't want to make it about money. It's about football for me.
Watkins, can he get there? He's round the keeper. Ollie Watkins for Aston Villa.
This season now, he will look at a competition that he knows how to win, Jeff. The Europa League.
Villa have owners that want to inject more cash.
but they're not allowed to do it.
We are going to try to be alert in case we can join someone.
There's his goal! Alexander Isak!
It's only because of this window that unfortunately has not gone to plan for Newcastle that we are talking about them. They are the story. You've generated the story.
And to tell you the truth, I think Newcastle fans would like him back. And he will be forgiven. Don't get me wrong, he will be.
I'm going to go Newcastle to prove they're not a one-man team, whether Isak is there or not.
I'm not so sure about that. Aston Villa to Newcastle to kick off the first game day of the season on talkSPORT tomorrow lunchtime. Newcastle have had, of course, an up and down summer so far with Alexander Isak. That saga still hanging over their heads. Something manager Eddie Howe was questioned about in today's press conference.
No, there's been no change to the situation. All my focus has been on the training, on Aston Villa, on the transfer front in terms of trying to get players in. And you can imagine that that is all-consuming for me. So Alex's situation's been unchanged for a while, and that will continue to be the case, I think. Yeah, I've had a great relationship with Alex. I think you need to have that partnership with every player. There's so many different emotions that players go through, and I always want to be there for them in every way. And me and Alex have enjoyed a great relationship. I don't think he'd have done as well as he's done without that, and without his teammates, and without the supporters and the backing of the whole football club. So he recognises that as well. He's a highly intelligent person. And he knows he wouldn't have had the success here without everybody connected with Newcastle.
This saga's dragging on. It's driving me mad. Gould knows what it's doing to Eddie Howe, the manager.
Dealt with it well, though.
Pardon? He's dealing with it really well, but he always does deal with the press well. When you've got a situation like that, do you think Eddie Howe has spoken to Isak a lot?
A lot.
You do?
Yeah.
Their communication will be non-stop, will it?
Yeah, it has to be. I think it's not one of those situations where I don't think you can just leave it to the side. He's not a fringe player. You are talking about, you know, I mean, your best player, and the way he's conducting himself has been disgusting. You have to say it right, but I mean, 54 league goals in 86 matches is crazy. Like his numbers for Newcastle have been nothing short of spectacular. I mean, you look at him before he got to Newcastle. I wouldn't say he was the most prolific, but since he's got to Newcastle, he's been brilliant. But yeah, I think Eddie Howe would have spoke to him, would have had conversations with him, maybe would have tried to convince him just to say, listen, you know what I mean. Where's your head at? You know, we're going to need you. Your teammates need you. You're loved. Like he would have felt. Eddie Howe would have had to try and keep him in some kind of place that if he is called upon, that he can bring him back in. But obviously, I know Isak's doing everything he can to kind of alienate himself. But Eddie Howe knows that there's a situation where it might not happen, and then he's going to have to bring him back into the squad. So you've got to keep him kind of there as well. Of course, he'd be disappointed because he'd be like, all of a sudden, we've built a great thing. You've been great for us. We've been great for you, and he probably feels a little bit let down. But also, I think as a player, you can't just dismiss him. Like, that's it, not part of my plans, away you go. You've got to have that kind of engagement with him still.
Do you think a lot of the love...
How's your lip?
Yeah, smashed it. Do you think a lot of the love from Newcastle fans, or lack of it, is dependent on how Newcastle get on in the games they're playing without Isak? If they play Villa and they win 3-0, they play the next game. The next game is Liverpool.
No. They're broken-hearted. They are...
So you think there is... So if they keep winning...
Yeah, they'll still be fuming with him.
Yeah?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, obviously it's softened.
What I'm asking,
yeah,
right?
it will soften the blow.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, well, we're better without him anyway. But let's be honest, there's been games there where they shouldn't have won, and because Isak stepped up, you'd go, okay, that's the reason why you won. So yes, of course, you know what winning's like. Winning breeds a different type of like atmosphere. Everything's better, isn't it? Everyone's happy. Everyone around the training ground would be happy. But the moment you start losing, that's when obviously the things start to creep in. And I look at what Newcastle have done in the transfer window. I wouldn't say it's spectacular. I mean, I like Anthony Elanga. Good player, by the way. Like, I think he will be fantastic. I think now you're looking at, well, it's like they add a piece, but they're going to lose a piece. Because for me, on paper, you go Anthony Gordon or Harvey Barnes, Isak, Elanga, and you go, oh, Elanga comes in, Isak wants off. So you've lost another piece of that.
It's not like for like.
No, it's not like for like. But what I'm saying is that three on paper, Gordon, Barnes or Isak and Elanga, you go, that's exciting. They brought Ramsdale in as well, which I think is a really good signing as well. They've brought in...
also, it looks like talkSPORT understands that Aston Villa's midfielder Jacob Ramsey.
Yeah,
Ramsey, sorry.
That'd be good. So
£40 million.
Yeah, I mean, it's bargain that, by the way.
I think so as well.
He's a good, but it must be PSR rules. It has to be.
Yeah.
For Villa to let him go. But I do think Eddie Howe would like to... Surely you want this situation resolved sooner rather than later, because there's still a bit of time. Isak out the door. Say they get 135 with add-ons, right? You get 135 million up front. Eddie Howe surely is going to them, listen, if you're going to sell him, get on with it. So then the moment he's out the door, I can get that 135 million.
Do you think that conversation is had between Eddie Howe and the board?
Has to be. Because
I agree with you. It has to be.
No, it has to, because you can't lose someone who's that good and replace him with nobody.
With like a day to go before the window closes.
Exactly. So
that would be catastrophic.
Do you know what I can see happening? I think what because there've been links between Watkins and Newcastle, hasn't there? And Vissa's desperate to go there.
Yeah.
I think if Newcastle get an inkling that they can get Vissa and Watkins, then they'll let Isak go. But I don't think Watkins will leave Villa. But
Why?
I don't know why I've got this thing. They went Ramsey and then Watkins. I know they bought. I can't remember. Nah, he says that it's Gassand. I think they bought Villa. I can't remember he says his last name, but I know they bought him Ivory Coast, who's really, really good. But I just think that's the way that Isak will get out of Newcastle. Newcastle have to have one or two. I don't think just Vissa's enough. I think if you get Watkins and Vissa, they'll let him go. Because them two there are more than adequate backups for Isak.
In previous seasons, we have talked about these two teams not winning the Premier League, but certainly knocking on the door of Champions League football.
Mm.
Who's your favourites out of the two of them to get it? Or you could answer with both of them.
Do you know what? I'm not sure. Because they're both losing pieces. And they're both losing pieces, so...
Are they going backwards?
Listen, if Newcastle lose Isak, yes.
Okay, let me ask you this. Backwards or forwards, Chelsea?
Forwards.
Liverpool?
Forwards.
Serious questions, Arsenal?
Forward. You answer that.
No, serious question. No, you answer it.
No,
well, I think forward.
Thank you.
Okay. Manchester United?
Forward.
Man City?
Forward.
Newcastle if they lose Isak?
Backwards.
Aston Villa?
I almost feel like Aston Villa will be... Like Jacob Ramsey, I love him. Right, but I'd say they're almost kind of hovering there. I wouldn't say they're going backwards, but Ramsey's a big blow.
Yeah, but you could argue that if you're standing still in the Premier League, you're going backwards because everyone else is moving.
Potentially, yeah.
It's interesting. Out of the two, I'm going to ask this question to both sets of fans when we come back. Out of the two, who will finish higher?
Oh, I can't answer that yet.
You can't until the window closes?
Yeah, I can't answer that yet because both of them might lose valuable pieces.
Okay. As things currently stand, no Isak in Newcastle. Who finishes higher?
Villa. Just because, yeah, but they've got Watkins. Watkins guarantees you goals. They've got Watkins.
That's a very good point.
They've got Morgan Rogers.
Yeah.
Like Isak is responsible for a lot of Newcastle's goals, by the way.
That's a great point. There you go. Teams going backwards, team going forwards. And also, how do you see this game going? It's live on talkSPORT tomorrow lunchtime. Anything we've talked about, you can have your say. Or maybe you've got a question for Benny. Either way, we'd love to hear from you. Pick up the phone. You'll be next on Drive on talkSPORT. 03717 22 3344.
This is the talkSPORT Goal Show. It's the show for the fans. It's done by the fans.
Yes! Oh my God! Yes! Yes! Yes!
He is an unlocker of defences. That.
If you've got a problem or something to say,
You don't have the right to say anything about something. I do.
This nonsense kills the game.
Driver talkSPORT, it's me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent here. Still to come, we're going to be joined by your mate Martin Keown. Disgraceful behaviour from him once in a huge game of football, Old Trafford. Just ruining Ruud van Nistelrooy. Should be ashamed of himself. He's going to tell us whether Arsenal should think about changing their club captain. Who is it? Odegaard?
Yeah.
And someone said he wants it to be Rice. Who was that? Was that Martin Keown?
Tony Adams.
Tony Adams, that's right.
Proper captain, that.
03717223344. Is he your best ever captain? He must be, right?
Yeah, he's up
You've
there.
had Vieira?
Vieira's good.
Was Henry ever captain? He must have been captain.
Yeah, Henry's captain for a long time.
Who's your favourite captain?
My favourite, Vieira, probably.
Is he? More than Tony?
I mean, I love Tony. When I think of Tony as the Arsenal captain, I just think of that goal at Everton.
At Everton?
Where someone flicks out, like, at
Hold
Highbury.
on. Oh, yeah, that was his last game.
Yeah, and he went over the top and he just
chested it down.
Smash.
Yeah. How ironic was that, his last game?
Fabregas was a good captain.
Yeah. Underrated Fabregas.
He's not. He's top draw.
No. I know he's top draw, but I don't think he gets the respect he deserves.
Yeah, maybe. Aubameyang captain? No.
Who's your worst? That's a great question. Who's your worst captain you've ever had?
What? Yeah. Great shout.
Hold on. No, only you heard that?
Yeah.
Well, you should say it again, otherwise people don't know what you're talking about.
Gallas,
yeah. Who said that?
Jack.
Joe?
Jack.
Jack?
Yeah.
William Gallas, your worst. Why? Because of what he did?
Yeah, it just didn't feel right being captain as well. But Vieira, proper. Do you know what about Vieira?
Yeah.
In that tunnel, mix it. Let's go, right?
Yeah, you want that. You want that leader. That's why Keane probably is ours, right?
Bit of Vicks there.
Him or Brian Robson. Do you ever do the Vicks?
No. You see, sorry, quick question.
Yeah, good.
Keane, did he come in to Man United when you had Robson and Ince there already?
He came in when Robson was there. I don't know if Ince was before or after him. Keane, I think maybe he was. We got Ince from West Ham, right? But the three of them were there at the club together. I'm pretty sure. I know Keane and Robson were.
That is some three, by the way.
Yeah, isn't it? You ain't coming out.
I mean, Robbo, wow.
Yeah. Wait, you didn't do the Vicks on the chest?
No.
Do you remember the things you used to put over your nose?
I actually remember Robbie Fowler doing that.
Yeah. What was that all about?
Supposed to help you breathe.
Load of rubbish.
Do you know there's been so many little, I don't want to get sued, but so many little gimmicky type things.
Yeah.
Do you remember Power Balance?
Yeah, there's a whole little documentary about them not too long ago. They had to give. So if people don't know what we're talking about, it was a band used to wear. I think it started in the NBA.
Yeah.
And apparently
I had a couple.
Everyone got them. It was meant to help you balance.
Yeah.
But then someone in a court of law proved that it was nonsense, and they had to refund a load of money, and then they went out of business.
Yeah.
But they were offered, at the height of their fame, they were offered like $400 million. I can't remember the exact amount, like $400 or $500 million to sell, and they didn't. They carried on doing it because there was one. I've got little bits of this. I saw this last week or the week before. There was one either NFL, NBA team, and Power Balance sponsored their stadium. It was the Power Balance Stadium.
Wow. But I just remember the adverts where people, the guy that was obviously talking about the Power Balance, he was like, watch my arm without the balance bar, and it was going down. Yeah. The moment he put the band on, and he tried to move his arm, it was just solid.
It's nuts, isn't it?
Nuts. And we all got thrown with that.
Yeah. I remember wearing it, saying, "Oh, push me over."
Yeah.
How mad's that? Just quickly, Enzo Maresca says he has told Chelsea he wants to sign a new contract. A new central defender, to replace the injured Levi Colwell. That must have been horrific for Levi Colwell. Yeah. So close to the start of the season. Such an awful injury as well.
Of course, yeah.
We wish him all well with that. All right, time now to select Benty's dream team with the Sun.
Dream Team from the Sun on talkSPORT. The free-to-play fantasy football game where there's a share of 100 grand up for grabs. 18 plus terms and conditions apply.
Now, this will be interesting because while that music was being played, Benny went, oh, is it now? Over the last week, 11 different talkSPORT presenters have selected 11 players for their dream team for the Sun. We've each got a budget of £50 million for goalkeeper, defenders, midfielders, and at least one striker. Benty.
Yep.
Talk us through your dream team. Bearing in mind, you've only got £50 million to spend.
Well, listen, I've actually blown the 50 million, so I've got no change in my team.
Yeah, why would you keep change?
No,
Not
but
that you can invest it in Bitcoin.
No, but sometimes you go, oh, do you know what? I've actually gone under.
Oh, right. Have you done it?
Yeah. Do you know,
have you done it?
Yes, there. I don't know. You saw me do it in the...
Oh, I didn't know you didn't. Okay.
What I will say is my tactic when it comes to doing these kind of dream teams is get all the big hitters in first, and then you start dwindling down. So really your budget's about 100 mil, and then you just start coming backwards.
50, I just told you it's 50.
No, but do you know what I mean? You get all the big hitters in, and you go, right, I can maybe save a bit here, save a bit there.
Get Mohamed Salah and Erling Haaland, and then who have I got left?
Yeah. They're right. So in goal, I've gone Robert Sanchez.
Okay, well, Cundy said yesterday he's getting better.
Yeah, 3.5 mil. Not bad.
Well, I don't know how much goalkeepers
all the big boys are like 4 mil, 5 mil. Alisson's like 4.5 mil.
What are you getting for $1.5 million?
Because I need to say that. Right. Anyway, my back four, I've gone 4-3-3.
So, you know, your defence needs to be tight.
Right. I've gone...
Don't tell me you've got Burnley players in there.
My defenders are Van de Ven.
Right, okay.
3.5 mil.
Yeah.
I've gone Gabriel, Arsenal, 5 mil. And the reason why I've gone Gabriel...
Brilliant.
Yeah, because obviously corners as well, gets his in on quite a lot.
Okay.
Right. I've gone De Kuyper, Brighton. He's decent in, by the way.
What Brighton like defensively?
He's come in and been brilliant.
No, but okay, they've been brilliant.
Yeah,
okay,
right.
Fine.
Walker Peters. Now he was 2.5 mil. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like Walker Peters. I like Walker Peters. Good player for Southampton. I only had 2.5 million left, right, okay. So that was the last position. So I had to scroll down.
I hope if you're listening.
No, he's a top player. 2.5 million. I have to get him in. Right. So
Walker Peters. Delighted with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 in the middle of the park. Right. At 6 million.
That's a lot of money, right?
Yeah. Top level.
Yeah.
Bruno Fernandes.
Oh, okay.
Had to be in there.
Best number 10 in the world.
Well, he's not. Because this guy probably is better than him.
Oh.
Another 6 million. Cole Palmer.
Oh, my God. This is unbelievable.
Got them two in there.
Bruno Cole Palmer?
Yeah, right.
I can't wait to hear the third member.
And I've got 4 million. So I obviously have to drop it a little bit.
Yeah, you looked in the £4 million bin.
Sarr. Now, hey, from Palace. I think he's an attacker. But on the Sun Dreams, he's a midfield player.
Really?
Mate, he gets points, goals, assists.
Yeah. Are you sure you got that right?
100%. Okay. Sarr, Palace,
yeah.
4 mil.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I hope it's the same Sarr, by the way. I'm going to check this out. They've only got one Sarr, right? Palace.
Yeah, they've only got one, yeah.
Yeah, right. 3 up top.
Here we go. Here's the big. This is where the money's gone, right?
Not really, because
So where's your main? It's Bruno. Bruno and
anyway, at 7.5 mil.
Oh my God!
On the right,
Salah.
Now, I thought this was.
So can I ask? Are you convinced about Salah this season?
I'm always convinced about him.
But surely there'll be a season where he doesn't.
Yeah, when he's 42.
Yeah, you're probably right. Okay.
Right, this one I thought was a bit of a bargain. Down the middle, 4.5 mil.
Sounds like a lot of money for a bargain.
Right. Mateta.
I don't know.
How can you go? Yeah.
I don't know. I think
it's got a lot of goals, man. Since Glasner's got there.
Since he tucked his shirt in.
Yeah, flying.
Yeah, okay.
Right. And for 4.5 mil again on the other side as well, João Pedro.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
50 million.
He'll do well. That's a good team.
It's a good team, that, isn't it?
Yeah, really good. You poo-pooed that to begin with.
No, a good team, that.
How Joe has managed to get Liam Delap in my team, I do not know how he's done that.
Oh, you didn't pick it yourself, no?
I didn't pick the forwards.
Why not?
I didn't have time.
Sorry. What were you doing?
I'm playing darts.
But yeah, my team was decent, I thought.
Go on, read it out again. That's really good.
Sanchez, Van de Ven, Gabriel, De Kuyper, Walker Peters, Fernandes, Palmer, Sarr, Salah, Mateta, Pedro.
It's a good team. Let me remind people that players will earn points for appearances, creating chances, shots on targets, assists, goals, clean sheets and tackles. Players will lose points for yellow and red cards, missing pens or scoring own goals. You got any big yellow or red carders in there? You haven't really, have you?
Not really, no.
Your dream team will earn points for Premier League, domestic and European Cup competitions as well. All your players playing European football. You got Palace in there. That's fine.
So you got Chelsea in there? Spurs, Arsenal, Brighton, no.
Brighton, no.
West Ham, no. Man United, no.
You got West Ham?
Walker Peters.
Oh, yeah, okay, I didn't.
Fernandes, no. Palmer, Sarr, yes. Salah, yes.
Okay, so you got quite a lot.
João Pedro.
I think you've done well there.
That team's decent.
Yeah, it is. That was Bentley's 11 chosen for their dream team with the Sun.
Dream Team from the Sun on talkSPORT. Download the Dream Team app or visit dreamteamfc.com. 18 plus terms and conditions apply.
When you were playing, did you ever do Dream Team? Did you ever pick yourself?
No, not when I was playing.
Were there ever weird moments like that? Like you're playing PlayStation and you pick yourself?
You know, when FIFA used to send me the new game, you'd often go, let's have a look at the stats. 'Cause you wouldn't know, would you? Let me go in and have a look. And then every single time, there's not going to be one player out there that goes, oh, I'm happy with them. You'd always go, what? They've only got me, like, I don't know.
So just remind me, right? Because I only played FIFA a long time ago. When you say happy with your stats, there was a screen you could go on and just look at your stats.
Yeah, so you go to the player, and underneath the player would be the stats. It would be pace, shooting, dribbling, passing, heading, all that.
What were you not happy with?
Might have even been finishing or shooting. Like, it was always high, but you always think,
trainer collection.
It could be high. It should be higher.
All right, okay. But did you play with?
No, did you
play yourself?
You might do for a few minutes when you go, no, get out.
Do you still play that?
No.
Do you still play video games?
Yeah, Call of Duty.
Is that all you play?
Multiplayer. Or Warzone.
And are you playing it with a headset on?
Yep.
With people you don't know?
Everyone's on mute. unless I'm playing with people I know.
What do you mean everyone's on mute?
So I can
you can't hear anyone?
No, I can join in random games, but I mute everyone. Mute.
Well, could they notice you?
Sometimes, but sometimes they don't. But if I know you, then I'll take it off mute. We'll pop it
how many days collectively do you think you've played on that computer game?
What? In
your life?
What, computer games?
That game?
Oh no, it can't be my life. It's not that old. It wasn't out when I was.
No, but that genre of game isn't it?
What, Call of Duty?
Yeah.
I've been playing that since probably about 2008, 9 maybe.
Oh my! So like 17 years.
I've been playing Call of Duty.
How much of your life do you think? How many days or weeks or months?
Do you know what was before that? It was Halo.
I remember Halo.
That's what Xbox. That's what got me into the multiplayer online gaming. Then Call of Duty come about, and that was it.
Do you know how much they spend? I might have got this wrong. Is it something like 7 billion?
I have no idea. But I know what game needs to hurry up and come out.
Go on.
Grand Theft Auto, GTA. I've been waiting for that game for about 7 years.
I'll be honest. I'm getting a little bit bored now talking about computer games.
What should we talk about?
Huh?
What should we talk about? Hair
We'll just move on. And don't mind hair product, you need some on yours. To the camera, we'll bring you team news for tonight's Premier League opener as soon as it's in. Oh my goodness, Premier League football is back. First, it's time for no Googling. We're getting closer and closer to kick-off at Anfield tonight. We want to know, where did the first ever Premier League game take place? I know that.
You don't?
Oh no, hold on. I thought it was... No, I didn't know that. I thought the question was the first ever live Premier League game on telly. Do you know that one? No. I think that was Forest against Liverpool.
Sheringham scored.
Yeah, I think it was that game, but that's not the question. Where did the first ever Premier League game take place? Great question. The answer to that, loads more coming up live and drive on talkSPORT after this.
Let's be honest, we've all found ourselves raging at a referee's decision at some stage. Something like this?
That is an absolutely shocking decision.
They've got a case in that it was a bad decision.
It's such a poor decision.
Yeah, I think he's just made a bad decision in that instance.
But what does it take to get to the very top level of football refereeing? You can apply to become a referee through your local county FA from as soon as your 14th birthday. After spending several hours either in the classroom or on the pitch, they'll grant you level 7 status, which allows you to officiate amateur games. Then you'll work your way through the ranks of amateur football, not reaching the National League until level 2. It's a long process, bearing in mind every level from 7 upwards takes an average of a year. Also, there's no specific number of games you have to ref or hours you have to log before moving on up. You simply just have to be good enough. Once you're level 2 and have enough experience at a National League level, you can apply to the EFL to become a level 1 referee. Then it's on you to get enough experience to climb through the ranks and eventually become a Premier League referee. In total, there are 37,000 registered referees across England, but the PGMOL has only deemed 21 good enough to officiate games in the top flight. So if you want to make it to the top, there's less than a 1 in 1,000 chance of doing it, and it'll take you a decade to get there.
Driver talkSPORT, me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent, making his way into the studio for the last... What? Yeah. Well, people could see you as a wide shot. They see you walking in, Benny. I thought about asking a question. We should have all known the answer to this. The question was, where did the first ever Premier League game take place? Now, we're thinking about it. But if I asked you a similar question with the same answer, you'd get it.
Say again?
Who scored the first ever Premier League goal?
Did it Sheringham?
No, Premier League goal.
Oh, Ryan Dean?
Yeah, so it was that game.
Sheffield United?
Sheffield United v who?
Sheffield Wednesday?
No, it's another United.
Man United?
Man United. 2-1. Sheffield United won that one. Not a good omen. Still to come, we're going to be joined in the studio by former England and Lions winger Ugo Monye. I'm looking forward to that. But a reminder, we are bringing you team news for tonight's Premier League game as well, soon as it is in. We can't wait for that. Right, time now for this.
By the way, do you two like haddock?
Dinner, either swordfish and salad or steak and calamari.
I actually had an ice cream outside the Trevi Fountain in Rome. I did have a burger today. You do tend to let it slip on a Sunday.
Cooking it up today is Alex.
Yes, it was so good yesterday. We thought we'd invite him back. It's today's Ready Steady Crook, where talkSPORT's chief football correspondent, Alex Crook. Hopefully he'll be talking us through some of the latest stories and rumours from the world of football. Let's find out if he managed to squeeze out of that football shirt yesterday as we welcome back to the show the Cookie Monster. Cookie!
You are brutal. How are we doing?
We're good, very well. How are you? Oh, look, are you in a pub garden or is that your garden?
This is my garden. Yeah, just taking in some of the rays down here on the south coast.
Very nice. Did you have a nice day yesterday coming on our live show outside?
I did. I enjoyed it. I brought my daughter, as you know. She enjoyed it as well. So yeah, it was a good evening. Although the lack of free beer, I was promised free beer, was a little bit disappointing.
And free pizza as well. None of that either.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
No, that didn't turn up.
I kept saying free pizza, but apparently there was no free pizza. But I kept saying it. Look how unhappy you are.
False pretenses.
Yes. Right, listen, we've got lots to talk to you about, Crookie. We love having you on the show. Thanks so much for your time. Let's start with the standout game of the weekend. Man United host Arsenal this Sunday. United are winless in their last 5 Premier League games against Arsenal. And after being absolutely pathetic this season, who wrote this? What can we expect this weekend?
I'm quietly optimistic, but I guess all football fans are at the start of the season. But I've watched a lot of Manchester United during pre-season. I think there's an intensity there that we didn't see last term. The team looked fitter. I think the press is much better, and they seem to be a bit more understanding of exactly what Ruben Amorim wants for them. And obviously you've got Benjamin Šeško, who's going to make his debut, someone who was on Arsenal's radar early in the window before they went to Victor Gyökeres. Gyökeres, will be lining up against his former manager, Ruben Amorim. So many great stories. I think it'll be a really competitive match. And I think Manchester United are going to surprise a few people this season. I've seen a lot of the predictions of the final table, 12th, 10th, 8th, maybe even repeat of 15th last season in some people's eyes. I think Manchester United will be closer to a Champions League place than a lot of people are predicting.
Cookie, let me ask you, I agree with you if we're talking about Man United going forward and scoring goals, but defensively, nothing has changed. So what makes you think that?
Well, I wasn't so concerned about the defence last season. I've not got the stats in front of me, but I don't think United by any means were one of the teams that conceded the most goals in the division. I think Lenny Yoro has had a brilliant pre-season. If he can stay fit, I think this could be the year when he really comes of age in a United shirt. It was the other end, wasn't it? 44 goals is pitiful in 38 Premier League games. And obviously, Amorim has addressed that with the signings that he's made with Keown and Mbeumo and Šeško. For me, the biggest worry actually is who plays in the holding midfield role, because if Bruno Fernandes is going to sit a bit deeper, he needs someone alongside him to really be that midfield enforcer. That's obviously why they were looking at Carlos Baleba. I reported a couple of hours ago now that Manchester United were walking away from that deal. They've resigned themselves to the fact Brighton are not going to do business this summer, which I think I told you on the show last night. Will they look for alternative targets? I think they have to, because for me, that's the big concern, the big glaring gap. I'm not so worried defensively if people like Lenny Yoro can stay fit.
What about the spine of the team then, Crookie? Because it is starting to take shape. The goalkeeper, we've spoken about the goalkeeper, the centre-halves, the holding midfield players. I do think going forward, which was the problem last season, as you just said there, is scoring goals. But I think you have to look a little bit defensively. I know you're not worried about it and you hope Lenny Yoro turns out to be the superstar that everyone expects him to be. But I still don't see the spine being there.
Yeah, I'm worried by De Ligt. Again, watching pre-season, he just seems to have this habit that you don't really want from a central defender, where he seems to get his feet in the wrong position. I think he scored one own goal in pre-season, and I saw that coming because it happened a few times where crosses came to the box and he almost tried to clear it with his wrong foot. Obviously, Harry Maguire, brilliant character, I think he's shown to come back from where he was, being booed by his own fans. But ultimately, he's been at Manchester United for a long time now and has been a part of the problem for me. So, yeah, I get where you're coming from there. I think, do you know what this season's going to be? I think it's going to be really entertaining, not just from a Manchester United perspective, but I think probably Arsenal aside, all of the top clubs have got questions defensively. Levi Colwill injuries for Chelsea is a massive hole for them, and I think that's the weakest part of their team. I was at Wembley with talkSPORT on Sunday, and Liverpool look vulnerable in terms of giving the opposition chances to score. I'm still not sure about Manchester City defensively, because I'm not sure that John Stones is going to be fit often enough to play alongside Diaz, so that's a problem. And as you mentioned there, the same with Manchester United, they probably will be a team who give chances away. So I think this could be a goal-laden season in the Premier League.
Last question about Man United before we move on. We've seen it so often, new signings come in and for whatever reason the manager starts them on the bench. Do you expect on Sunday Man U to start with the new 3 up top?
Yeah, I do. Certainly Keown and Mbeumo, because they've got the minutes under their legs in pre-season, and Amorim said at the press conference today that Šeško was ready to start, and I think when you go all out for a centre forward, as they have with Šeško, I think you've got to put him straight in the team, haven't you?
I hope so. Right, by the way, before we move on, how will that one go, Crookie? I genuinely fancy United to get 3 points. Bentley obviously thinks I'm nuts, but that's how I feel. How do you see it?
Yeah, I'm coming around to that myself. I've been saying draw all week, but as we get nearer the kick-off, I'm a bit more bullish from a United perspective. I've gone 2-1 United.
Good. I like a big smile on your face as well. Good, United. Right, let's talk about some other games. Forest against Brentford. That's on Sunday at 2 p.m. Now, where are we at with Forest? Because they kept hold of Morgan Gibbs-White. They're currently now reportedly close to 3 new signings. What's the latest with Nottingham Forest?
Well, it was interesting to hear Nuno Espirito Santo say that his team are behind where they should be at this moment in time because of the lack of activity in the market. But I think they were just waiting to see which European competition they ended up in. Would it be the Conference League as they qualify for, or would it be the Europa League as a result of Palace's demotion? We know now it's going to be the Europa League, and I don't think it's a coincidence that since that decision came out on Monday, Forest have really ramped up their activity in the market. I think James McAtee could be a really good signing for them, £30 million from Manchester City. They're after another City player as well, actually, Enrico Lewis. And I've just been told in the last sort of 10, 15 minutes that they're willing to double his money, double his pay to get him to leave Manchester City to go to Forest. So he's got a big decision to make. Then there's Amari Hutchinson, a £37.5 million deal agreed for him. So they are doing business. Now, it's a good game to start the season for Forest, with Brentford obviously going through a bit of turmoil, losing their manager, losing several star players as well. But as you know, I was in the Algarve watching Fulham against Forest in a friendly. I wasn't overly impressed with Forest, I've got to say. They looked a little bit off the pace to me. That was a couple of weeks ago now.
Crook, you said it there about Forest and the players that they're bringing in, and you mentioned Rico Lewis. I think that'd be a fantastic signing. I'm not quite sure. I think he's a good player, right, Crookie? I'm not sure that he's top level, because for Manchester City, yes, he's done well, but when you come through in that academy and play with those players, you're not really going to look out of place. But I think if Forest can get players like that, as you said, Amari Hutchinson, who I've watched a lot, of course, at Ipswich, I think they're good signings, and I think they are young. I think they're hungry, and I think they will help improve a Nottingham Forest side.
Yeah, I agree. And for Rico Lewis, the reason this is such a big summer for a lot of players, and actually I think it may have influenced Morgan Gibbs-White to stay at Forest where he knows he's going to be the main man, it's a World Cup year. And Rico Lewis obviously wants to be on the plane for the USA. He wants to be part of Thomas Tuchel's England squad, and he might feel that he's got a better chance of doing that if he's playing week in, week out at Forest than if he's a rotation player at Manchester City.
Before we move on, what was the score with Forest against Brentford? It's 2 p.m. on Sunday. How do you see it going, Crookie?
I'm going to go another 2-1 home victory.
Bentley, how do you see that one?
Yeah, I'm going to go 2-1.
Okay. Let's move on to tomorrow's game between Sunderland and West Ham. Who have you caught up with in this one, Crookie?
Yeah, I was at Wembley last weekend. I spoke to Mikel Antonio about West Ham signing his mate Callum Wilson.
You've done a few bits already, sort of podcasts with Callum Wilson, and I know the West Ham fans are sort of beating him up a bit for giving them stick over the years, and obviously he's now a West Ham player. What would you say to them?
No, to be fair, like, the podcast was fun, and there was all a bit banter between me and him. So I feel like he's going to be there. He's giving his all for the club, all for the shirt. I feel like the West Ham fans should support him. He's a good friend of mine, and like, he is a quality player. All we need to do is try and keep him fit. If we keep him fit, he'll guarantee bring goals to the club. So just back the boy, and it's come from me.
And it'll be nice to see him score for West Ham instead of against them, because he usually does that.
He scores all the time, so I feel we've saved points. We've saved points, and we've saved goal difference by him being on our team, being on the team now. I said our team, not even there anymore. Yeah. But yeah, so like, it's definitely helped us out by doing that, and he is quality. He is definitely quality, and he's definitely going to do some good bits for the club.
There you go, Mikel Antonio speaking about Callum Wilson signing for West Ham. I get West Ham fans' reservations, not so much about the sort of banter that he's given West Ham on podcasts, but just about the lack of minutes that Callum Wilson has had over the last couple of years. And, you know, so many injuries. When he's fit, I love watching Callum Wilson. I think he's an old-school centre-forward. He's a pest for defenders, but I just wonder if his best days are behind him rather than in front of him.
Oh, go on.
I just wanted to move on because we've got one other game to talk about.
What about you?
Give me a prediction for that one, Sunderland v West Ham.
Do you know what? I'm going for a Sunderland win.
Are you?
I fear a little bit for West Ham this season. I'm going to go 3-1 to Sunderland. I think they could start with a bang.
Okay. So much I want to say about 5:45. I can't. How do you see that one going, Benny? You're not giving me your view on that.
3.
Because I can't.
No, I'm going 2-2.
All right, bit of Desmond Douglas.
Yeah.
Let's finish with Wolves Man City. We haven't got time for any audio on that one from you, Cookie. I know it's a 5:30 kickoff tomorrow. But any news you want to give us regarding players or managers or anything like that?
Well, I think it's a big season for Wolves. Vitor Pereira is another manager who's expressed a bit of frustration about the lack of activity. Obviously, they sold Cunha to Manchester United. They sold Ait Nouri for what I think was a real knockdown fee to Manchester City. Can't quite get my head around why he went so cheaply. And they lost Nelson Semedo on a free transfer as well. They are trying to get players in. I think they might be busy between now and the end of the window. But if you're of the belief that the promoted teams are going to make a better stab of staying up this year, then I think Wolves are one of those sides who might be looking over their shoulders.
Right. Quickly, before we let you go, what are you doing the weekend? Usually it's family that you don't really want to hang out with, or you've got a barbecue you don't really want to go to. What are you doing this weekend?
I have got a family gathering tonight. I'm off there imminently, and then Tottenham against Burnley tomorrow, and Old Trafford for the big one on Sunday. Benty, you'll be there for that when you're working for TV, I'd have thought.
No, I'm Ipswich, obviously boyhood club and that. Got to support the local team.
You get the invite for Premier League stuff.
No, I got an invite. I'm Premier League tomorrow.
Doing Championship stuff.
No, sorry, I'm doing 3 games tomorrow, Premier League. So sorry.
Okay, mate. Well, enjoy that.
Thanks for that, Jack. Appreciate it.
Crookie, just quickly, have you put your Man United shirt on eBay with a buy it now price yet?
Has he got it off yet?
It's under that T-shirt.
You are brutal. I have been promised, one of the ones that you modelled yesterday so eloquently, Andy. That's coming next week.
Thanks very much. If anything, it was too big for me. Crookie, a sentence you'll never be able to say, but always a pleasure, Crookie. We love having you on the show. Keep up the great work. Have a great weekend, and enjoy your family barbecue tonight.
I will do. Take care, boys.
Cheers, Crookie. There we go. Wonderful.
Legend, isn't he?
He's great. It's great that we got him on our show. Brilliant. We love Ready, Steady, Cook. We are edging closer to team news ahead of the first game in the Premier League tonight. Liverpool in action. We'll have that for you coming your way very shortly, live on Drive on talkSPORT.
He is an unlocker of defences.
If you've got a problem or something to say,
You don't have the right to say anything about something. I do.
This nonsense kills the game.
the driver, talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Bent is here. Still to come. We'll bring you team news for tonight's Premier League opener soon as we get it. Just quickly, Liverpool have confirmed the signing of Italian defender Giovanni Leone. The 18-year-old will wear the number 15 next season. The NFL returns to Wembley in October as the NE Angles Rams take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Our competition to win VIP tickets is now open. How about that? We're giving you the chance to win 6 seats in a private box at Wembley Stadium with full hospitality, $5,000 spending money as well thrown in. Here's how you enter 18 plus UK excluding Northern Ireland for a chance to win. Text the word cash, CASH, 83338, and that's it. You've done you in the draw. Text will cost you £2 plus one standard network rate message. You must have bill payer's permission, or you can just enter for free by calling 0330 880 3338. All entries must be received by the 25th of August at 11 p.m. It's a talkSPORT limited promotion run on talkSPORT, Talk and Virgin Radio UK stations. For full terms and conditions, visit talksport.com. Time now for this. Yeah, some of the best talkSPORT friends. I love this bit. This is where we run you through some of the recent highlight moments from across talkSPORT and our sister stations. Let's start off with last night's Sports Bar. Cundy, O'Hara. They were talking nicknames.
Problem is, I feel like I've put on £10. I don't know whether that's the TV or I've actually put on £10.
You got to blame it on the
Jay,
cameras,
you look all right,
I
mate.
look all right. You know, I look all right.
Jay,
You
you look. I mean,
You're glowing, man. You're glowing. Don't do that.
you look like Henry VIII.
That's what that's what my mates call me.
That's so neat.
Do they?
Yeah, my mates call me Henry VIII.
They don't.
They do.
They don't.
That is actually what they call me. It's Liberty, isn't it? King Henry, they call me.
How many wives you had?
I was going to say that's because they had 6 wives. Well done, Cundy, with that gag. O'Hara gets a lot of harsh nicknames. Henry VIII, the Chunk. Do you have a nice one for him?
Jamie, I Instagram absolutely every detail of my life, O'Hara.
I think that's a good one, yeah. What's the best nickname you've ever been given or heard? You gave yourself a nickname, The Truth.
Hey, that's unbelievable, though, isn't it? The Truth. That's
Gave yourself a
hey,
nickname.
no, but the thing is, hey, people bought it. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's great work, The Truth.
The Truth.
Who's your favourite historical figure? Great question.
So historical figure back in the day? So can I choose like Ali?
wait for this,
Muhammad Ali?
It's not really historical, is
Well,
it?
it is historical, isn't it?
No, it means like, you know, you can choose whatever you want. I think it means further back than that.
Tutankhamun. That's a person, isn't it? I just remember that. I remember enjoying history.
I so didn't think that was going to come out of your mouth.
I choose Gandhi.
Yeah, you choose Gandhi. Which one?
Hey, you guys say David Gandhi.
Don't forget the Sports Bar. We'll be back. Well, the boys will be back on game day. The phone in this Saturday, taking your calls at 5:30 after Adrian takes you around the grounds in the Premier League and EFL.
Over to this morning's breakfast show with Alan Brazil and Ray Party Parar. Here's Big Alan Brazil giving the listeners an update from the golf.
Can they keep doing it? McIntyre's top. Sorry, McIntyre's.
No, this is a repeat, Al.
What was that?
It's a repeat.
Well, I don't.
It's not live, is it?
Why play it then? Why is it up there then?
It's 7:30 in the morning, Al.
Yeah, but they are.
It's in America, so it'd be like midnight now over there, wouldn't it?
All right.
Luckily they didn't put 66 World Cup for it. We've done it.
What's the past sporting event that you've always rewatching on YouTube?
There's loads. As soon as I go down a sport YouTube rabbit hole, I'll watch anything. I'll tell you what, I watch a lot of Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Bizarrely, some of his shots are ridiculous.
If you could be a commentator for any sport, which one would you pick?
Obviously football. I like boxing. I like to commentate on boxing.
That's nice. Good answer.
You and I should commentate on a talkSPORT alternative channel where now teams play.
We did soccer, didn't we, together for a little bit?
We did, yeah. Well, yeah, I was the third cog in that wheel, but yeah.
Which presenter at talkSPORT would you like to challenge to a game of golf?
O'Hara's would mash me to pieces. I'd like to play you over 18 holes.
I beat you. Don't forget, Weekend Breakfast returns tomorrow morning with Shabana Hearn and Tony Cascarino.
Let's finish with another clip from last night's Sports Bar. Here's O'Hara trying to describe a film to Cundy in a late night quiz.
The diamond fingers, he goes round and he gets all the stones.
It doesn't sound like a good film, mate.
Big fella. No, he's a big old dude.
It's a good film.
It's an amazing film,
Chisel
and he
chin.
gets the 5 stones. Yeah, and the sixth stone goes and gets off his missus.
I think I've seen that film. What films are you talking about?
Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, I've seen it. What 3 films that everyone should watch?
Training Day.
Great film. By the way, you know that bit at the end where he goes, oh,
yeah.
He ad-libbed that. You
Did
know
he?
where he says King Kong?
Yeah.
He ad-libbed that. I watched that this morning.
All right. Ben-Hur.
Right.
Good film. And Goodfellas. Rubbish. Go Gladiator.
If there was a film made about the Drive team, who would play who? We haven't got time for that. I know who's playing you, and I know who's playing me.
Yeah, Joe would be played by, I don't know, Seth Rogen or something.
That's amazing cool. That's a great call. Sports Bar Weekend returns tonight with Jason Cundy and Carlton Cole. Make sure you download 21 Minutes to Go, the podcast with Jason Cundy and me. A new one drops every single Monday. By the way, this coming Monday is episode 6. It's my favourite one of the 6, so go download 21 Minutes to Go now. And, of course, make sure you have the talkSPORT app where you can swipe between talkSPORT and talkSPORT 2 and all of our other sister stations so you never, ever miss a moment. And remember, of course, to download my favourite podcast, that's 21 Minutes to Go. You can get it from Spotify or Apple or wherever you get your podcast from.
What football ground are you thinking of when someone says this?
Really tough place to go.
Difficult place to go.
Such a tough place to go.
It's a tough place to go at the moment.
It was a really difficult place to go, always.
But what are the toughest places to go, really? We've scoured the planet to find out. Forget a cold, wet Tuesday night in Stoke. Try playing in a blizzard 220 miles inside the Arctic Circle at the world's northernmost professional club. When Chelsea lost at Tromsø in Norway in the 97-98 Cup Winners' Cup, a massive snowstorm hit at half-time. These two boys and their brooms were absolutely no match for it. We're staying in Scandinavia for Scotland's toughest away day on a windswept cliff in the Faroe Islands. In Euro 2000 qualifying, Craig Brown's men were taken to fishing village Toftir. Kevin Gallagher called the pitch a cowfield and the wind like Pitodry on a bad day. The Faroe Islands part-timers equalised in stoppage time, leading to these absolute scenes, and still one of Scotland's most embarrassing results.
Daft little ground, silly game.
But away trips don't come any tougher than a lung-busting schlep up the Andes to face Bolivia in La Paz. But now the Bolivians have taken home advantage to another level. The country's highest city, El Alto, 4,100 metres above sea level. Grass doesn't even grow up here. Bolivia have not lost here yet. The longest unbeaten run in any professional league ever belongs to Red Star Belgrade, or Crvena Zvezda if you must. They've gone 7 years without defeat at the Rajko Mitic in Serbia's Superliga. Their fans are pretty intimidating as well, but they're not as loud as this mob. Galatasaray's Ali Sami Yen Stadium's officially the loudest in world football. In a derby with Fenerbahce, Galatasaray fans set a Guinness World Record of 131 decibels. That's louder than Motorhead, and pretty tough to carry out your manager's instructions when you can't even hear them. However, our most intimidating away day is in Wales, where cameras can't enter and players can't leave. HMP Prescoed. This prison team was briefly kicked out the Gwent League over concerns about young opposition having to go in there. Now that's a tough place to go.
Early June 1939, Germany, always a tough place to go to.
I'm loving this already. Welcome to Friday Night Live, TNT Sports' new partnership with talkSPORT. Every Friday, myself and Darren Bent will be joined by some of the biggest names from TNT Sports ahead of what promises to be another pulsating season of sport. TNT Sports is the only place to watch every big competition with over 700 matches live, from elite European club football to English domestic league and cup competitions this season. Still to come, we'll be joined by Arsenal invincible Martin Keown, but joining us now in the studio is former England and Lions winger, who's also told us he's a big Arsenal fan and, more importantly, a big talkSPORT fan. Let's say hello to the wonderful Hugo Monye. Hello, how are you?
Good evening.
It's lovely to see you.
It's lovely to see you. Thanks for having me in.
Before we talk football, I've seen something on you that Bentley hasn't seen yet.
What's that?
Bentley, what am I... Don't look at them! Bentley, one of my favourite trainers in the world.
Travis Scott fragments.
What you got on your feet?
Well, I mean, this is slightly controversial.
Oh,
I'm an Addy ambassador, so we'll keep it.
We'll joke you done that.
Yeah, we'll keep.
Hold on. I can get out of this. You're wearing Predators, are you?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, the David Beckham one.
The AstroTurf.
That's nice.
Of course, yeah.
Nice. How are you? You good? You well? You what a great way to start the show. I tell you what. Take them. What size are you?
10.5.
Take them off.
Are they yours?
10.5 as well.
Okay,
yeah,
brilliant.
Thank you so much for coming. We've got so much to talk to you about. Are you excited about the football season?
Buzzing.
You must be, right?
Absolutely buzzing, especially as an Arsenal fan, because, you know, we've been the bridesmaid the last few years, and I start to feel perhaps this is our year, but I sound like every single whining, moaning Arsenal fan, because everyone, before a ball's been kicked, before the season starts, everyone thinks they're going to win it. Don't they?
Well, no, they don't.
I don't.
But
I'll tell you what, because we've got so much football chat. We've got Martin Keown joining us later. Of course, Arsenal invincible. Let's hold the Arsenal chat for a moment, because we should start with the Lions tour down under. A 2-1 win, of course, in the Test series for Farrell's side. What did you make of it all?
I loved it. It was the first time I was able to go on tour since retiring.
Yeah.
So to go out there, 40,000 British and Irish Lions fans out there, 50% of them Welsh. And they only had one player in the tour.
Yeah,
they love it. They absolutely love it. And everywhere you went, coffee shops, the restaurants, the bars, the stadiums, the Lions dens, it was amazing. And I think that's sport at its best, when you have to go away from home and you've got the travelling fans. And then obviously for the lads to do something which hasn't been done in modern day history, and that's going back to back 2013, 2025, to get that done. They'll be disappointed, not a whitewash, but to get it done, I thought was absolutely tremendous.
Who stood out for you? Who do you think was the main... the main factor?
Tyg Burn, he got named Player of the Series. He's an outstanding player, plays at Ireland. Finn Russell, who I think is one of the most mercurial and naturally talented players on the planet. He was sensational. Maritoja, the captain, first time being a captain, his third tour, he was class. And just a shout out for Owen Farrell. He wasn't in the initial squad, but then to be brought in and...
By his dad. How did he get that call up with it? He earned it. I'm joking. He did earn it.
He did earn it, and it created a huge amount of debate. But he then showed his class in the last two tests, and the only guy in modern day history to win 2 Lions tours. He's a certified GOAT. Whatever anyone thinks of him as a person, I think he's a brilliant bloke, but a tremendous rugby player.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Listen, you went on the Lions tour. Was it South Africa 09?
2009. Yeah, we lost
a long time ago, right?
I'm old.
You're not. How old are you?
42.
Benny, I told you he's not in his 50s. Did I say that to you? You said he looks really old. There's no way he's in his 50s.
But yeah, it was a long time ago. It's the greatest privilege. It's the best rugby club anyone could be a part of. If you brought up in Britain or Ireland, it's the one jersey which you almost don't dream of for a good while, because you want to play for your club, want to play for your country. But then the minute you start playing international rugby, it then becomes a bit of a pipe dream. So to be part of that exclusive club is, the best thing I've ever done.
It's actually crazy because you just said it there. Like when me being a young kid, you aspire to play for England, which is like the pinnacle. But obviously, of course, in rugby, you play for your country. But then there's that, as you said, that one step further, which it does almost seem like, because there's only a select few that can go on this tour. It must feel when you actually get it like. I don't understand how you can feel, because you feel like you're the main man when you play for your country, but to go for your Lions, I mean, how does that feel?
It's just next level. So I was sat at the MCG. It's probably the spiritual home of Australian sport. 90,000 people were there watching the game. And I sat next to a good mate of mine, Anthony Watson. I nudged him. He played on 2 Lions tours. And about 20 minutes into the game, I went, mate, can you believe we used to do this? It was like a goggle box moment. It's the best of the best, and there's so many different metrics to be able to understand and compute the things that you've achieved. But I think one of them is not actually determine it by who's been there and done it, by the players that haven't. Mike Tyndall, who won a World Cup, never played a Lions tour. Wow. One of my best mates, Danny Kerr, 101 caps for England, never went a Lions tour. George Ford, 101 caps and still going, never went a Lions tour. So it's not just being brilliant at that time when the Lions is selected. It's also, you need an amount of luck. You need to be in form. And there's so many great players that will go through their career achieving almost absolutely everything, but not quite getting this.
Is it almost about if it fits? Because, of course, you said it there, you can't pick all the best players because a lot of them will play in the same position. But is it a case of having to kind of balance the squad? So you might have someone who's better than the player that's in that position, but he just fits this system better.
100%. And personalities. You're going away for 7 weeks. You want to be surrounded by good people. Yeah. Like speaking to the lads, and Andy Farrell, who's a legend of a coach, who was the coach on the Lions tour, on his first team meeting, he said to the lads, there are no rules. I just want you to be a good teammate. Whatever that looks like, whatever that means to you, be a good teammate. And having great teammates. We often talk about culture and success and how important it is, and it's the foundation blocks for any winning team. You cannot underestimate what it means just to be a good teammate, being a good bloke.
My maths isn't great. You would have been about 25.
Yeah.
Is that the right age? Because sometimes you can experience something as high as that too young and maybe not remember it and not taking it in. I just thought 25 is the perfect age to.
I felt as if I'd done enough in my career. I'd been relegated with my team Harlequins. I'd achieved a bit. I'd won trophies, and I think I just had a greater appreciation of it. At 20, I think it kind of goes. It can pass you by, and you can feel at that point, like Henry Pollock, who was the youngest on tour, he was 20. This time last year, he was playing for the under-20s. In fact, by the time he played this first Lions match, he'd played more minutes for the Lions than he had for his country. Only played 19 minutes of international rugby before he went on a tour, so timing's massive.
At 25, you're away for how many weeks? 7?
7 weeks.
Okay. What happens when you're not playing? Are there some unbelievable...
The laugh that comes out first.
I've got so many good stories.
We've got so many minutes left.
I know we do, but this feels like a TNT talkSPORT collab after dark edition.
I like that show. That sounds like it's going to cost TNT Sports lots of money to keep me in Bentley after 7. Okay, just tell us about some of the stories then that may have happened that we can talk about.
So I shared a room with a guy called Andy Powell, right? He's a Welsh back row player. He's actually most famous for, he won Grand Slams, he won loads of titles. He's actually most famous for after Wales won a Grand Slam in 2008. He was caught on the M4 in a golf buggy driving the wrong way.
Wow.
And he only got caught because he pulled over to the petrol station trying to fill up the golf buggy with petrol.
What?
An electric car.
Where's that story? I was going to say, where does it start? Obviously, at a golf club, right?
So they used to stay at the Vale in Wales,
Right.
and they use golf buggies to get around the hotel. And so that's the type of personality we had on the tour. And he was my roommate. He was my roommate in the last test.
Were you nervous about going to sleep?
100%.
Did you wake up without eyebrows or something like that?
I wouldn't wake up.
That's a bit extreme.
He's wild.
I think that's illegal now.
Yeah, it's kind of illegal in some states in America, at least. Anyway, but I remember on the night of the third test, we just won, and it was a brilliant night. And he was just as committed on the pitch as he was to the social side of things. And everyone knows that Super Sunday's better than Super Saturday. And generally, before a game, you'd have like a caffeine tablet to get yourself revved up and motivated. He took 4 of these after the game because he wanted to go through the night. He's like, right, we're just having it. So he had 4 caffeine tablets, a bucket load of like vodka Red Bulls, and then we got into bed about 3 or 4. 0.3 seconds later, he sat bar upright because, shock horror, he's having heart palpitations.
Yeah.
I can tell the story because, spoiler alert, he's not dead. Okay, he's fine.
Can I just say that if there are people listening, drink responsibly.
Please drink responsibly.
And don't take too many caffeine tablets.
Don't take any.
Yeah, don't take any.
Yeah, just don't drink.
Yeah, exactly. Just don't
advice.
drink. Yeah.
But if you're going to take one thing from today's show, don't drink.
Don't drink.
Okay.
So he woke up having heart palpitations. I'm like probably not in a fit state to be able to manage him. I'm also not a doctor. So I've like left the room to try and find our team doctor, who was funny enough asleep. There was no one around, and I was like frightened. I go back into the room to not even consider what state he might be in. I walk into the room, he sat on the toilet, and he's got his phone in his hand and his screensaver of his dog. And I was like, what are you doing? And he was saying goodbye to his dog because he thought he was going to die.
I just wonder what the stories you can't tell are. I love the fact the first thing he's saying goodbye to is his dog. And I've got a dog, and I know exactly what he's feeling there. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's good fun.
Before we go to a break, and then we're going to turn our attention to football, we should have a quick word on the Gallagher Premiership. Bath got their first title back. That was in June on TNT Sports. It's back in September. How are preparations going?
Brilliantly well. I mean, you speak to players, speak to clubs, and like pre-season, everyone's the fittest they've ever been. Team morale's great. We're super excited, and we say it every single year, and it's almost become cliched, but I think this will be the best season we've ever had. Last year was just insanely good. The amount of tries, the amount of moments, the story of Bath, the first time in 30 years, and I really feel as if they've now set a foundation to be able to go and dominate the league for a few years. Got some of the world's best players there, but as a season on the pitch, it constantly just delivers. So to be a part of it, witness it, be pitch side every single weekend, I can't wait to get back into it.
We can't wait to. We've got you for an hour, right?
Yeah.
We are going to have some fun with you at the end with a quiz.
Right.
I wanted to call it "Show Me the Monnier." They wouldn't let me do that. You're listening to Friday Night Live. This is our brand new part of the show with TNT Sports, our new partnership with talkSPORT. More from Benty and Ugo and myself right after this live.
This is the talkSPORT Goal Show. It's the show for the fans that's done by the fans.
Yes! Oh my God! Yes! Yes! Yes!
He is an unlocker of defences.
If you've got a problem or something to say,
You don't have the right to say anything about something. I do.
This nonsense kills the game.
This is Friday Night Live, TNT Sports' new partnership with talkSPORT. With me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent, and former England winger Hugo Monye. We just talked about how much we love Adidas in the break. Still to come, we'll be looking ahead to the drive time derby as Arsenal travel to Old Trafford this weekend. Just quickly, talkSPORT understands Man United are ready to accept Carlos Baleba is not for sale this summer. Ipswich Town are reportedly targeting a loan deal for Newcastle's Lewis Miley as well. Right, we are joined by a proper Premier League legend, it says here, and he is. Let's say hello to Arsenal unbeatable Martin Keown joins us. Hello, Martin.
Hi, guys. How are we?
Yeah, we can hear you. You sound very echoey. Are you in the toilet?
No, I'm actually in my dining room.
Oh, and very
looking forward to a new season.
Very grand it looks as well. Let's talk about this game, because back in the day when you were playing, in fact, I alluded to it earlier on, it was a tense match. Do you think it's as tense as it used to be, or has it calmed down a bit?
Well, let's just set the scene. So, obviously, they formulated the Premier League in '92, and Manchester United won 4 out of 5 league titles before we got involved in '97, '98. And it was a bit like, who's this clever Frenchman coming along? Who does he think he is? I think there was a bit of disdain, Andy. You might know a little bit about that, being a Manchester United fan, towards us and what we were trying to do, because Man United were dominating English football. So suddenly it got quite edgy. We spent a few seasons after that finishing second place. Arsenal have just suffered that same fate, haven't they? 3 times they finished in second place. And the rivalry started, your Vieiras and Keens and all the other rivalries. And it became something that really caught fire. And we've not really seen anything like that in recent years. I know both clubs, Arsenal finishing second, have said a bit closer than Man United to winning the Premier League, but United will feel that this is a game they can win at the weekend. They've bought 3 players. Looks like the manager's got a message across. It's a big ask when you think how many games they lost last season to suddenly be world beaters. But nonetheless, there's a lot on this game, much for the history. I don't think it's quite there, but it can be easily reignited.
Martin, I've got to ask you then, because Arsenal, as you said there, have come close the last 3 seasons finishing second. A lot of people spoke about the centre forward being the missing piece. They've addressed that now. So when you look back at the last 3 times they've come second and then you fast forward to this season, do you think Arsenal have got their best chance of winning the Premier League season since 2004?
Yeah, without doubt. I feel that's the case. I'm looking at Liverpool, with 2 of their back 4 gone, a new front 3, I suppose, with Salah. That will take time to settle in. Man City the same. So Arsenal have probably got the building blocks in place. Chelsea, you could argue that as well. But they've had a bad injury at the back. So Arsenal go into this, Darren, feeling that it's about belief. When you come second, it does for so many times and don't taste that success. It takes a special group of players to still retain that belief. And I think a lot would have been done on their minds going into it. There can be no excuses. There can't be disciplinary issues. We can't be talking about the fixtures, although they're very tricky fixtures at the start of the season. You just got to go and do the job. You know you're capable of winning it. You don't think, okay, this is going to be us, we're going to definitely do it, but they're definitely in the mix and they should be thinking that way at the start of the season.
Mark Hugo here. Good to see you. You mentioned tricky fixtures. United on Sunday. Who do you think needs that win the most come Sunday?
Goodness, I think they both need it.
But who? Because they can't both need it the most.
Well, as an Arsenal fan, I think we do. A Man United fan might speak differently. I just feel Manchester United, I'm hearing a lot of talk about, the manager who couldn't get a tune out of these players for some months, suddenly now is a world beater in terms of magically they picked up what they need to do. I can't quite see it. I think Arsenal, if I'm going there as an Arsenal player, it's like, okay, our building blocks are a lot closer to winning something than theirs. We need a striker who can put the ball in the back of the net. We have Havertz now available. We're not using a makeshift midfield player anymore to score our goals. But Arsenal needs to find a solution to the way they play. I think it was quite slow in the way they moved the ball. I saw signs that they were actually moving the ball much quicker and punishing people with their passing, playing them forward more often. So we'll see more variation, I think, from Arsenal this season.
Martin, again, someone who needs to step up this season, and certainly on Sunday, is the captain, Martin Odegaard. Now, obviously, Tony Adams, we know, came out with some quite controversial remarks by saying that Declan Rice should be the captain. Of course, he's entitled to his opinion, but when you go back to Martin Odegaard, he has to get back to the form he showed, I'd probably say 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, I mean, look, Tony Adams, it's hard. People won't argue with Tony. He gets fixated with the captaincy bit. You need 11 captains on the pitch if you're going to be champions. Everybody has to step up. I think actually it's done Odegaard a world of good in terms of his confidence. But Declan Rice is a captain, and we don't want him to change in any way. Still act like a captain. Of course, we know you're not. So I'm not so enamored with the fact that you have to be the captain to sort of bring out those leadership skills. It's down to the manager to get the best from each player. So I think Odegaard, I've seen him operate behind the scenes. He's very together guy. He's very calm, very caring. He was at Real Madrid for years and it never really happened for him. I think he sees it in a different way. So there's a real togetherness. There's no shortage of spirit with the group. That isn't the problem for Arsenal. It's about everybody, showing up in those opening games. If Arsenal can get through the first sort of six, 7 fixtures, and we know they're tricky, I think they've got to go away to Anfield. They play Newcastle. They play Manchester United to start with. If they're still at the top of the table after those, there's a long way to go, but that's a really good first test for them.
Martin, if Arsenal have a repeat season, is that failure?
I was hoping, I was waiting for you to say, Andy, something negative about Arsenal.
I haven't said it yet. You might say it's positive, Martin.
No, I don't know. Is it failure? I think they need to win a trophy. To not win a trophy since 2020. I'm looking at these two football clubs and I thought, Manchester United, Arsenal. I think Manchester United still managed to win more trophies than Arsenal since those great two managers have gone. And it's about time now. One trophy for Arteta is not enough. He needs to put some trophies in the cabinet. So that is an overriding factor. You have to become a winner now.
I mean, when you say two trophies is what he needs, because he already got one. The only one he's won was the FA Cup, and that was with someone else's squad, right? Unai Emery's.
No, I don't take that argument. I don't take that because it wasn't Emery's squad, if we were going to argue that. It was Wenger's. Look how many players were in that squad, Andy.
Yeah, but
you look, at the end of the day...
I'll tell you why I say it, Martin. If you look at Liverpool now, all jokes aside with Arne Slot, he's changed. You touched on it. He's changed the fullbacks. He's got a new front three, etc. If they go on and win the Premier League title this season, I think he'll get more respect, Arne Slot, because he's done it with his team. I mean, I don't know if you can get more respect than winning the Premier League at your first go, but either way, it'll be his team. I just feel that Arteta, now it's his squad and his team, he has to win something, and it's got to count as his win rather than winning it with someone else's squad.
Yeah, but when you take over a team, I think it's very hard, isn't it, not to make radical changes. And, let's be fair, Klopp wasn't far away. When he announced that he was stepping down, Liverpool were actually on, aiming for 4 fronts. Europa League was where they were challenging for. They were top of the Premier League. And I think that, Klopp managed with a lot of love. And suddenly all that love was like pulling the plug out of the bath. So I saw it, and I understood why that fell away. But the new fella came in and actually it was almost like less is more. It wasn't crazy Klopp anymore. It was very controlled and calm. So that's why, for me, they were successful. They actually brought the best out. But now he's made some big changes, hasn't he? 1 or 2 gone, Diaz gone, Alexander-Arnold, one of the best fullbacks. You can't necessarily be better with him gone. So I think that opens a door up for someone. I still see Liverpool being very difficult to beat. but Arsenal should be in the best shape to take them on.
Okay. Listen, while we've got you, let's look ahead to a game you can see live on TNT Sports and here on talkSPORT tomorrow's Newcastle take on Aston Villa at 12:30. Martin, you, of course, played for Villa. How do you think they're shaping up this season?
Well, I'm just looking at the record, and I think they've won 21 games unbeaten at home. And we shouldn't really dismiss most people backing, the top four to not include Aston Villa. They finished level with Newcastle last season. I think, Villa Park is quite a cauldron now, a really difficult place to go. I found that club when I played for them, their fans were the most fickle fans that I played under. It was a difficult place to play. They really turned against their players. So for them to have a home record of that quality, we shouldn't underestimate Emery. They're good players in that team. Newcastle have got to get over the Isak issue. And they had, problems at the end of last season. I think they didn't win. I think the last two games of the season fell away for Newcastle a little bit. They sort of fell over the line. So both teams have to get off to a good start. I honestly felt if Isak was patched up, put back in the team, that they could still go very close to pushing the champions, because they are quite settled. Newcastle last year was a big thing for them winning the League Cup. So it's a real shame for them that Isak seems so unsettled.
Okay. Thanks for coming on, Mike. You're not due to be at Villa Park anytime soon, are you? See those fickle fans?
No, I'm honest. They know that I managed to get, 2 Player of the Year awards there, so I understood the groundwork. But you got a big balls when you play at Villa Park, because those fans have in 1982 they win the European Cup, and going there shortly afterwards, it was tough to follow that group, so they were quite critical. So it can easily go the other way, but when the Villa fans are on your side, it's quite an intimidating place for the opposition.
Martin, always a pleasure. Thanks for coming on. Enjoy
Cheers,
the game.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, man.
Darren. Thanks, Hugo.
There you go. You can tell Martin Keown's got a big house because of the sound reverbing off the hugely tall ceiling he's got in there. Don't forget, you can watch Aston Villa against Newcastle. That's tomorrow from 12:30 on TNT Sports, and you can listen to it live on talkSPORT. And it's a new era for the men's and women's FA Cup on TNT Sports as well. In addition to live Premier League and UEFA club competition coverage, for the first time, TNT Sports will broadcast the Emirates FA Cup and the Adobe Women's FA Cup, meaning fans will be able to watch more football from both competitions than ever before. Still to come, we'll be bringing you team news. Oh, my goodness, we can't wait for that. That is, of course, ahead of Liverpool against Bournemouth. We'll get that to you as soon as it comes in. First, though, with slightly different music, it's time for No Googling. Oh, I like that. Premier League is introducing the new 8-second rule for goalkeepers this season. We want to know, when was the last time... Oh, what a great question. When was the last time a goalkeeper was actually penalised for holding onto a ball for too long? Good luck with that. The answer to that in the last 30 minutes of our show, coming up live on talkSPORT in seconds. Stay where you are.
Let's be honest, we've all found ourselves raging at a referee's decision at some stage. Something like this?
That is an absolutely shocking decision.
They've got a case in that it was a bad decision.
It's such a poor decision.
Yeah, I think he's just made a bad decision in that instance.
But what does it take to get to the very top level of football refereeing? You can apply to become a referee through your local county FA from as soon as your 14th birthday. After spending several hours either in the classroom or on the pitch, they'll grant you Level 7 status, which allows you to officiate amateur games. Then you'll work your way through the ranks of amateur football, not reaching the National League until Level 2. It's a long process, bearing in mind every level from 7 upwards takes an average of a year. Also, there's no specific number of games you have to ref or hours you have to log before moving on up. You simply just have to be good enough. Once you're Level 2 and have enough experience at a National League level, you can apply to the EFL to become a Level 1 referee. Then it's on you to get enough experience to climb through the ranks and eventually become a Premier League referee. In total, there are 37,000 registered referees across England, but the PGMOL has only deemed 21 good enough to officiate games in the top flight. So if you want to make it to the top, there's less than a 1 in 1,000 chance of doing it, and it'll take you a decade to get there.
Listening to Friday Night Live, TNT Sports new partnership with talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent, a former England winger, big Arsenal fan, big fan of Adidas trainers as well, go Monnier. Before the break, I asked the question, great question, when was the last time a goalkeeper actually was penalised for holding onto a ball for far too long?
2017.
2015. Anyone work out who it was? Liverpool goalkeeper, wasn't that great? First name Simon, but it sounds French.
Oh, Simon Mignolet.
It's the right answer.
A good goalkeeper, huh?
Was he?
Yeah, he was. I remember when he first came with me at Sunderland. I remember thinking, who's this character?
Okay. Follow us at 7 Adrian Durham, the legend that is, takes over for all the build-up ahead of Liverpool against Bournemouth tonight. Because after 82 long days, the Premier League is back.
I believe in the meaning of spoken word.
They like that. Oh, they like that. Top to bottom, one of the most unpredictable leagues around.
The difference is you don't quit, not until you reach the peak.
The Premier League title is coming back to Anfield.
Liverpool are the best team in the country. They were the best team in the country last year, and they've got even better.
But best believe it's your claim on it, because you've got a destiny with your name on it.
Saka! 1-0 Arsenal. Haaland to take it round the keeper. Oh, that's magnificent.
I think the Chelsea fans will expect Chelsea to compete for the league next season.
Palmer goes for goal and scores! What a hat-trick!
Oh, my gosh, honestly, the Premier League, it never fails to deliver.
Setting up another one for Peru. Could it be two? Oh, yes, it is. Another massive moment in Ellen Road.
Here's Manuel Benson on this near side. Onto his right foot. Hits one!
Oh, my word! Sunderland are Premier League again.
Wonderful game. We love it for a same reason, the unpredictability.
Oh, given away to Isak. There's his goal. Bruno Fernandes. What a finish. What a goal on the counter for Manchester United. Salah, 1-0.
It's talkSPORT. We are Premier League.
And we are back. Premier League football is back. And it's back on talkSPORT tonight as Bournemouth head to Liverpool straight after us. In fact, we can head over to Anfield now and speak to the man bringing you all the action on what's going to be, as you would imagine, a very emotional evening. Adrian Durham, good evening to you.
Good evening. Happy new Premier League season, everybody.
Happy new Premier League season to you. Listen, we'll talk about how excited we all are about the football tonight, and we'll bring you team news, gang. In case you're wondering, we'll bring you team news as soon as we get it. It'll be the next 5 or 10 minutes. But let's start off with what I just mentioned. It's going to be a very emotional night tonight, isn't it?
Oh, it is, yeah. Opposite us in the sort of Kenny Dalglish stand, we can see that there's cards have been left out for the fans to raise later, closer to kick-off, you would imagine. And you can see that they spell out AS30, Andre Silva, Diogo Jota's brother, whose squad number was 30. And away to our right in the cop, it says DJ20, Diogo Jota 20. And actually just arrived, I was here at about sort of 3 o'clock earlier today and went round to have a look at the mural, which is in one of the neighbouring streets close to Anfield Stadium. And it's quite breathtaking when you get there. It's stunning, really. There were so many people crowding around looking at it, taking photos. There's some graffiti-style messages that have been written around the mural as well, all very heartfelt. And all the tributes that were laid a few weeks ago are still there. The scarves, the shirts, the flowers, all the tributes are still there right outside Anfield Stadium. So make no mistake, this is going to be a very emotional occasion, no doubt about it.
Hey, that's one thing that football club, that wonderful football club, does really well, because over the years they have suffered tragedy, but they do all come together, and whatever they do, it's always special and it's always warming.
It is, yeah, and I think that I mean, in this instance, this is a Premier League player who's just become a champion, who all of a sudden, in a moment, has just left us. And I think this hits the hearts of everybody, not just Liverpool fans, but they feel it more because he was one of theirs and they absolutely adored him. And the reason why they adored him was not because, you know, he had Mo Salah type stats next to his name. It was just because he was just Diogo Jota. He wasn't some sort of celebrity. He didn't, you know, want to capture the headlines. He just wanted to get on the pitch and play football. His mum confirmed that the two things he loved doing when he was growing up, playing football in the afternoon, playing FIFA on his PlayStation in the evening. So, and that's him, a simple kind of guy who had simple, like all of us who love football, like all the people coming here today, they just lead their lives. Diogo Jota led his life. He was an honest footballer, a humble footballer, but a very good footballer as well, and a very good person.
Hey, let's talk about the game tonight. Not that long ago, the teams arrived ahead of course, the opener for this season in the Premier League. Is there more pressure on Liverpool and Arne Slot this time round because they're defending champions? Expectation levels are much higher because, of course, last time when he came in, when he got the job, I don't think too many people outside of Liverpool expected them to be crowned champions.
You know what, it was interesting listening to Danny Murphy's interview on talkSPORT this morning, because what Arne Slot was saying himself was, yes, there is more pressure on me, and it's because the personnel, the players have changed. Florian Wirtz coming in, 2 new fullbacks, a new striker coming in. They've just signed another teenage centre-half that's been confirmed late this afternoon, Giovanni Leone from Parma for £26 million. So you're talking about knocking on £200 million worth of players have come in. Some players have left as well, notably Trent Alexander-Arnold. Luis Diaz has gone as well. So, you know, there's a player turnover that he didn't really have when he arrived last summer. So I think that he was kind of indicating to Danny Murphy, yeah, I've got to adapt. We've got to adapt this team. This is not going to be straightforward. He was saying that the profile of Frimpong is totally different to Trent Alexander-Arnold. He was saying that last season they didn't have a player like Florian Wirtz to put into the team. So this is going to be new for him and new for Liverpool. I think it's going to be fascinating how they adapt.
And quickly, Ed, on the flip side, Bournemouth, a few concerns about them. I mean, losing Kirkes, Hoyson, now Zabani's gone to PSG. I think Atara's now leaving. I think he's going to Brentford. Any concerns about them?
Yeah, big time. I mean, what's amazing about this, Darren, is that one centre-back's gone to Real Madrid, another to PSG, a left-back to Liverpool. How didn't they win the Premier League title with them last season? That's incredible. But I look at who they brought in, and listen, there may be some more good players, because they've discovered those players, set them on the road to fantastic clubs with big prices. So they'll do the same again, Bournemouth. But I think that's a big turnover. A lot of players to lose in one summer. Key players as well. And you're right, Ouattara's going, 42.5 million agreed with Brentford for him, and I think he's a big player to lose. The one positive, Antoine Semenyo signed a new long-term contract this summer, so they have kept in. They've got players coming in, and then Ben Doak's coming from Liverpool to Bournemouth for 25 million. That's going to be confirmed, we believe, in the next few days or so. But I think it's going to be a tough season for Bournemouth. I don't expect them to finish top 10 like they did last season.
Always a pleasure. We'll come back to you in just a moment when we get team news, but for the time being, thanks, Phil. Right, I'll tell you what, while we're waiting for that team news to come in, we can take a look at a few of the done deals so far in the Premier League this summer. Benty, Hugo Monye. I don't know if you've done your homework. I don't know if Benty, you're furiously typing on your keyboard.
Yeah, it's there, mate, you know.
Which players are you looking forward to seeing in the Premier League? Let's start with you, Hugo.
Well, it's a simple one, and it's a biased one, but Gyökeres. Is he the missing piece? So much made about him, celebrations, his stature. We've courted him for a long while. His determination to want to be at Arsenal, and then for him to score his first goal last week, that felt like he settled in. I don't think he starts against United on Sunday.
Do you not?
No.
Why?
I don't think he's had enough time. I actually don't think he's had enough time. You also got to consider the fact that he almost went and protested, so he hasn't had the type of pre-season you'd expect to get yourself.
Can I ask, you were linked to him, you were linked to Isak, you were linked to him, albeit just a link, but there was Sesko as well. Those three, which ones did you want in what order?
Isak number one.
It's obvious.
Yeah, 100%.
I sort of knew that. I'm looking for number two now.
And then Gyökeres, but I think it's a really interesting dynamic because if you're Sesko, who I think was really keen to come to Arsenal, and Arsenal looked like they flirted with him, but then he kind of became the side chick. And now he's off to United. He's playing against Arsenal this weekend. He's probably got the biggest point to prove out of the two of them going head-to-head this weekend at some point. So
I want to stay with Arsenal for a moment because you've got Noni Madueke as well.
Yeah.
Who starts on the left for you? Is it him or Martinelli, if everyone's fit?
I'm starting with Martinelli. I think let him have the shirt. I think he's earned the right to have the shirt, but there are options now very quickly that can change. Madueke can come in. I think Trossard looks like he's on his way out, but he is still there. But I think you have to let Martinelli start, and if it's not working, then at least now you haven't got to wait. Just Madueke, on you go.
We get to understand exactly where Martinelli's at because he never had the pressure under him. He had to play because he had to play because there was no one else. Now he's got Madueke coming in. He knows if he has a bad game or a bad couple of games, he might be on his way out. And the fact that we're desperate to get another left-sided player in, that's a declaration that we're not thrilled with the left side of our team at the moment.
Are you happy with the players that have come in, all of them?
Yeah, I'd bring me Eze and shut and we're set to go.
Where do you play Eze though? He has a free role where he is at the moment.
He does what he wants. He's a floating player.
Great player.
Spirit.
But does he fit in with Arteta's plans?
No, but I think special players like him who are so free-spirited, if you try and put them into a system, I think you end up dulling their ability to be able to be who they are.
A little bit like Jack at Man City.
100%. 100%. And that's not worked out for Jack because they're almost too free-spirited. But go to Everton and they'll just say, just do what you want, which is brilliant for him. But for me, Eze, just give him the reins to be able to roam and play how he wants.
Where are you going to finish?
I think we'll win it. I genuinely do.
So, did you hear what I said?
Yeah. the good omen is...
You honestly think you're going to win it?
Yeah.
You don't. Look at me.
No, I do.
Why are you smiling? You so don't. Look at me without smiling. Who's going to win the Prem?
Arsenal win the Prem. Because I think the top six will look after itself, and our record against the top six over the last few years has been very, very good. Yeah. I think this season, different to every other season, is I think so many other teams in the Premiership can beat the top six. And so I don't think the Premier League is going to be decided in who beats who in the top six. It'll be points lost.
Who doesn't lose to lower league? Yeah, I get that argument. I get that. Where do you think United finish?
Huh?
Where do you think United? Be careful because I remember the make of your trainers.
I don't think you finish in the top four.
Oh, I don't think we'll finish in top. I've had a bet with Benty that I say United would get top 8.
Oh, I'd back that 100%.
Okay,
100%.
What do you make of that?
No, said he'd back me to you for you not.
No, who's your money on?
I back you to be in the top 8, yeah.
Okay. In your world where Arsenal win it, who's top 4 in what order? Arsenal 1.
Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, City.
Chelsea,
I think, are a problem.
They're the ones I'm worried about.
I said I think it's between Chelsea, you, and Man City.
He thinks Liverpool 4th.
I just think they've got too many new players coming up.
But if Isak goes to Liverpool,
if Isak then it changes, yeah.
Yeah, if Isak goes, which he probably is.
Yeah. Arsenal to win it. Don't forget, football is back and TNT Sports is the only place to watch every big competition with over 700 matches broadcast live from elite European club football to English domestic league and cup competitions this season. And it all starts tomorrow from 12:30 as Newcastle head to Villa Park. It's live on TNT Sports. You can also hear that one live right here on talkSPORT.
This is the talkSPORT Goal Show. It's the show for the fans that's done by the fans.
Yes! Oh my God! Yes! Yes! Yes!
He is an unlocker of defences. That.
If you've got a problem or something to say,
You don't have the right to say anything about something. I do.
This nonsense kills the game.
Welcome back. This is Friday Night Live, TNT Sports' new partnership with talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent, a former England winger, big Arsenal fan, superstar is Hugo Monye. We'll have some fun with both of them in just a moment, but let's head back to Anfield. We're bringing you live commentary of the Premier League opener tonight. It's Liverpool against Bournemouth. Joe Shannon, your commentator, and Joe has the team news for us now. Joe, good evening.
Good evening, Andy. Hugo Ekitike, Jeremy Frimpong, Florian Wirtz and Milos Kerkez against his old team all make their Premier League debuts for Liverpool tonight. In the event, there's just one change for the champions to the side that started the Community Shield defeat to Crystal Palace at Wembley last weekend. McAllister for Jones. Gravenberch, we know, is suspended. So Liverpool have Alisson in goal to start the new Premier League season. Frimpong, Konate, Van Dijk and Kerkez. McAllister and Szoboszlai, Salah, Wirtz and Gakpo in support of Ekitike up front. It is a Liverpool side packed with attacking talent, and this is the Liverpool bench. Mamardashvili, Gomez, Endo, Chiesa, Jones, Elliott, Robertson and the youngsters Nioni and Ngumaha. For Bournemouth, there are three debutants in the starting 11 tonight. New goalkeeper Georgi Petrovic and defenders Bafodi Diakite and Adrien Truffert. Bournemouth then have Petrovic in goal, Smith, Senesi, Diakite and Truffert at the back. Adams and Scott are the two holding midfield players. Tavernier, Semenyo and Brooks in support of Evan Nielsen up front. And I give you the Bournemouth bench as well. Dennis, the goalkeeper, Araujo, Soler, Krupi, Hill, Traore, Billing, Winterburn and Reece Dottin.
Welcome as always. Thanks for that, Joe. Reminder that game is live on talkSPORT, and of course the boys on the Sports Bar will take your calls straight after on the first game in the Premier League season. We can't wait for that. Right, time now for this.
It's time. It is tight and tense.
We're flying and our fists are punching.
DB versus TNT. What drama on talkSPORT, just when you think you've seen it all.
Good night.
Oh, I like that. Yes, this is our brand new feature, DB v TNT (Sports), where every week on Friday Night Live, Premier League 100 Club member Darren Bent pits himself up against our special studio guest from TNT Sports. This week, of course, his side chick is former England and Lions winger Ugo Monja. You thought I forgot, didn't you? Every week that we predicted some of the biggest sporting events from across the next 7 days. For everyone they get right, they'll earn themselves a point. If they get the score predicted correct, they'll get another point, etc., etc. We will be tallying up the scores throughout the season with TNT Sports expert pundits working together to try to beat our very own Darren Bent. Are you aware of the rules? It's very simple.
Yep.
Currently, the score is Darren Bent 0, TNT Sports 0.
About to be 1-0.
Right, well, we won't find out for 7 days, right?
Yeah.
Or a couple of days. This week's fixtures will go through the Aston Villa against Newcastle. It's tomorrow. It's 12:30 and it's live on TNT Sports. Let's speak to your side chick first, Ugo. How do you see? Maybe you need to change the title of the
That's all right.
DBB, the side chick. How do you see this one going?
Villa going to win this.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
Do you think Villa will have a good season?
I think they'll be okay. I think they'll be okay. The heights they hit last year and some of the matches they won and where they end up getting to European football, I think was remarkable. Can they repeat that? I just think this cloud over Newcastle with Isak and the fact they don't have a premium striker force, I think is going to cause them all kinds of problems.
I want to get your view on the next game. So what will the score be?
2-1 Villa.
You're going 2-1 Villa.
Yeah.
DB, give me a prediction for that one.
3-1 Villa.
Oh,
wow. You both think home win. Okay.
Yeah.
We've got time. Got about a minute left. Manchester United against Arsenal. It's 4:30 on Sunday.
3-1 Arsenal.
Okay. Have you been drinking before this? You're going 3-1.
Legit, yeah.
Why? Why do you think?
Because if we score early, you lot will actually have to do something. I think the weight of expectation, the crowd just get on your back. So you'll have to actually play a bit more. And any team that plays a bit more against Arsenal get themselves opened up. Zubamendi and Rice is a joke.
I'll just write 3-1. I'll put in brackets arrogant. Benny, what you go for?
I mean, I had that same scoreline in my head.
Yeah.
3-1 Arsenal. Can I do the same thing?
Yeah, if you want, you can. I can write arrogant for both of you. Lastly, we've got about 30 seconds. Leeds against Everton. It's Monday night. It's 8 p.m. I think it's a fascinating game. Benty?
1-1.
You just go.
I swear, that's what I was going to
just copying each other.
No, I'll go 2-1.
No,
Leeds.
you go what you want.
No, I'll go 2-1 Leeds.
Listen, you're the guest. What would you like to go?
I'll go 2-1.
You sure?
Yeah, go on.
You think Everton will lose?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, do you know Calvert Lewin as well?
I'll make you mine up.
I'm going 1-1. Okay. He scores.
Thank you for that. You have been, without doubt, our best ever side chick.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for coming in the studio. You off for a bit of dinner now?
I am, yeah.
Okay, well, you have a lovely evening. Benny, I'll see you on Monday.
Yep, you will.
4:00 for the first drive time show, looking back at a busy weekend of Premier League football. Have a lovely weekend. Be safe, everyone. Be safe.